Hello, how you doing? Bit of an impromptu live. Just received an email. I was going through my morning emails here, and I get an email from an individual telling me that they were invited to a BG wealth sharing event by a lady. The lady is actually called Lee Meadows. And normally I sit here all by myself going through the research until I can actually find evidence that this person was actually promoting BG wealth sharing. Now, if you don't know anything about BG wealth sharing, basically they're asking you to deposit $500 into a platform, wait 6 months, and you'll get your seed money back. And then after that, you're all good to go. So what's actually happening, people are depositing $500 a month. Every day they have to do a transaction, a cut and paste transaction. And you get about 2 or 3 to do a day, from my experience. I haven't got experience, but what I've been told. And then they're doing what they call signal trading. And you literally, this most advanced system of the world tells people that if you deposit $1,000 into their platform, they use $1 of that money, so it's low risk, and then they go away and they do these trades. And on the app, which isn't on any centralized exchange anywhere at all, you are told that they're making that $1 into $6 or $7 a day, and you can see it growing in your account. But what people don't know is we've been following this scam since the start. And it started here in New Zealand by a company called GR Global LLC. And they were doing very similar demographics, was exactly the same, but very similar trading. Then it rebranded itself to Signal Raiders, and we actually shut down that website. The thing is, people don't realize on the 25th of December 2025, they actually shut down access to everyone's account. Originally, they told them that they were preparing the payments and there was a few hiccups. And then they told people they needed to deposit 20% on top of whatever they had in their fake app balance. And then, or they would have their money tied up for years. So what happened? People realized it was a scam, and then it fell over and everyone lost all their money. So all the people that decided to deposit $500 and wait 6 months until they broke even had lost all their money. Now, this scam has been warned about from 11 different countries from around the globe. It is the biggest scam I've ever seen. Every day I sit down here and I think, wow, I just busted a big scam in Florida that was $328 million. And it had about 2,000 people involved. Well, yesterday I was in a Zoom meeting that had 5,000 people in it. And we managed to grab all the names of all the people, nearly all the names, about 2,500 of them, and put them into a database where we're going to name and shame anyone running or promoting this Ponzi scheme or any others. So today's video is about a lady called Lee Meadows, and she's in Honolulu. And Honolulu people, I assume, are lovely. She claims that she's very religious, and there's a lot of things that she's just awesome about. She's a very pretty lady, so no doubt she's good at talking, but underneath this, she has decided to ignore the warnings from the 11 different countries that I've just talked about. They've got no proof of any real trading happening. Their platform is not registered by or approved by the SEC. That is an absolutely false statement, because they are literally telling people they are SEC approved. There's no proof of that whatsoever. This company is running on a lie. And what's making it hard for people like me and my Avengers to expose these people is the fact that people are withdrawing money from the platform. So where is the money coming from? Well, it's coming from recruitment. Now, this lady that I'm looking at here, Lee Meadows, when I look at her Instagram account, which hopefully I've got the right buzzer thing working, I have. If I look at her Instagram account, all I see is a lady promoting Kangen water. Now, Kangen water is beautiful fresh water that's got no proof that it's actually got any health benefits whatsoever. However, in recent years, it has been guilty of running one of the largest multi-level marketing scams on the planet. And this lady has been rampant at promoting that and getting in the community. If you go to her Facebook page, you can actually see that she's been running events promoting Kangen water. And you can see these bags on the table here are all people who have received a giveaway of some sort of water. So what I'm getting at here, we've got a lady here that's doing something that probably isn't really illegal when it comes to promoting Kangen water, but she's in Honolulu and she's getting groups and communities together, and all of a sudden she's decided it would be a good idea to start promoting BG wealth sharing. Now, in previous videos I've done, if you want to support me in what I do, you can go to my website, deheck.com. We have guides available to help people identify what is a scam and what isn't a scam. And we also publish blogs. So yesterday I published one about my naming and shaming the people promoting BG wealth sharing. And I'm going to add her into that list. But there's another scam out there at the moment. So BG Wealth Sharing found out that this lady here, which is, I always get a name wrong, but Fiona, I think it's Fiona Brown, she got kicked out of BG Wealth Sharing because they caught her promoting a copycat scam, which I believe is ran by the same company called SW Wealth Sharing. And they also do signal trading, and you get 2 or 3 trades a day. It's exactly the same profile. She claimed that she was level 7, which means she has recruited between 2,000 and 3,000 people. And she's on her way to Tonga. And we are actually literally putting a complaint into the Tonga bank. And we believe that we will have her stopped at the border or potentially locked up like one of her predecessors who's been promoting other Ponzi schemes and scams. All right, so you might think that's unusual. Over here, we've got another one called Nexo Trading, global scam. And that is also another variant of BG Wealth Sharing. This is all ran by the same company. Now, why are they diversifying and rebranding themselves and making different brands? That's because BG Wealth Sharing is about to fall over. I've been doing this for 5 years. I've watched Ponzi schemes grow and die. They're all exactly the same. They go like great gangbusters, and then they diversify into different brands so that people who are promoting it can move from one platform to the other. Now, Fiona Brown, I've just proved that she's been doing that. So it's disgusting what she's doing. It's disgusting that other like-minded brands are starting up. And I all know that all these Ponzi schemes and scams are all coming out of the same factory. And they're ran out of the human trafficking compounds, we believe, in Cambodia. Now, I've actually literally talked to the head, I've met face-to-face and eyeballed the police of chief of Cambodia. And I said, what are you doing about all those casinos that you have in Cambodia? Isn't it unusual that they're owned by the Chinese? What is it? How do they work? They are owned by the Chinese, leased back to the Cambodian people. And if you go in there, they use American money on the table. That's sort of an oxymoron, really, isn't it? But he assured me that they're not owned by the Chinese. They're just in Chinese names. That's the chief of police of Cambodia. Met him face to face myself at a global scam fighting conference I went to. So what we're going to do is, well, first of all, we're going to go into the name and shaming blog that I've done. And I'm going to go into my blog. I'm not logged into my website, so I will just log into my website. My website's protected by Google Project Shield. And just make sure that's not coming up. And I have to have 2 firewalls protecting my website, would you believe? Isn't that crazy? But I had 2 months worth of denial server attacks against my website. But now it's protected by Google Project Shield, which doesn't mean I'm bulletproof, but it means that if anyone's going to protect me well, we know who it's going to be. It's going to be Google. Now, while I'm on my website, if you are into heck.com and you want more information, you can go to my search panel and you can literally search for information about BG Wealth. You'll see I've actually done about 7 or 8 different blogs. Also, if you want to support what I do, rather than buying me a cup of coffee, once you go to that support button at the very above, just above the support me, there's a link and it takes you into Ko-Fi. And Ko-Fi, if you go into my shop, you'll see that I've got 3 guides available. The Investment Scam Survival Guide, Already Invested, your Exit and Damage Control Guide. So if you are in there, how do you get yourself out? And the Red Flag Playbook, which each of those give you a breakdown description on what each one does and how they work. So if you want to do that, I'm actually going to put that in the chat room at the moment. Ebook, I call them, ebook link, ebooks link, and it won't work. Murphy's Law. What I'll do is I'll come back to my website. Anyway, that's getting off track. I will copy the ebook survival guide link, copy link address, and you'll see that link in the chat room. Thank you very much. Alrighty, so now what we want to do is go down to the naming and shaming people promotion, and we want to go back and get the information for Lee Meadows. So this is what I'm doing as we go on in time. I want to build up a complete database of everyone that I've seen promoting it, and also the people that I see in the Zoom meetings. So if you're in these Zoom meetings, you're going to be named. But you can see here so far, these are all the people that we've actually seen that are actually running it. And I'm going to show you how effective that is in a minute. So we're going to go and we're going to search for a lady. Well, no, we'll search for one of the new ones I did a couple of days ago because he should be in the salt. So if somebody's searching for their name on the internet, like this guy here, this guy has now deleted his YouTube channel and taken his Instagram handle off. He has also been a promoter where he's got paid money from the professor for setting up a commercial premises where they're going to run face-to-face training sessions. But you can see now when you search for his name, you can actually see that he is exposed, scam, Ponzi, or MLM. And when you click on there, you will see that his name comes up like that, and then people can say what's his name involved with, and I've actually got video evidence of the fact that he's been promoting BG wealth sharing. And the same will happen with Lee Meadows in due course. So at the moment, if you come down here, we can see now Lee Meadows' name is now in here, and when you search for Lee Meadows, what do we find? We find her LinkedIn profile. Is that right? No, we don't. Lee Meadows is also a man. That is interesting. So let's go back and we'll search for Lee Meadows, and we'll see whether we can find this young lass, as I'm going to call her. Then we will link to her. A lot of these people have already had, there we go, have already had their social media taken off. So Kangang 808, blessed and beautiful. So if you don't, excuse me for my cough, it still won't go away. So what I do is I grab this, I save her LinkedIn profile, and then I rename that LinkedIn profile. And then what I do is I come to the profile I started building on this lady, and I put that over here. Then I go back to the LinkedIn account, and I put her name, and I add her name into her social media so that investigators will be able to find her through her social media. And that's why other people will literally delete their social media after they realize that they've been investigated by yours truly. And why do I do that? Well, these people need to be named and shamed. There's no way that these people are going to get stopped in time before they actually force people to lose a whole lot of money. So this is literally what I do on a daily basis. And as I said at the beginning, I've actually find this way the best and most effective way to slow or stop these individuals. So when you go into BG Wealth Sharing, you can actually see now that these are all the other people that we have seen promoting heavily, and I'm talking that they've got hundreds of people underneath them, and we will go after them. But anyway, so what I'm going to do first is I'm actually going to ring up Lee and see whether she'll take my phone call, because I actually do have her phone number. And who is your preference? Sorry. Hold up. She just asked me, sorry, I don't actually understand. Sorry, I'll ring you. I'll ring you. I will ring you. Okay, so let's see. So at the moment, she's Lee Meadows. I'm just going to tidy up my contacts before I get going, so I have her name. I don't actually know what she means. Who is my preference? Lee Meadows. So she could be telling me, she could be saying that simply because she knows a lot of people that are involved in it, and she's probably asking who I would like to be under. So she must be right at the very top if she's asking me that question, so if I've got that correct. So let's have a look. I'm going to bring up her name here in a minute, and we'll have a look. I'll even bring up, if I do this right, we should see her on the screen in the distance in a minute. So now I'm going to go to WhatsApp. Hopefully this works. And it did work. Rightio. So now we're going to ring up Lee and see whether she will take it. So I said, hello, Lee. How are you doing? I see that you're a big promoter of BG Wealth Sharing. Hoping you may be able to direct me. I've got some people who want to join up, who were looking for a bit of education. Hope you might be able to have a Zoom link. I haven't signed up yet myself. And then he said, who is your preference? I'll ring you. I don't understand. I do not. Okay, so let's just ring her because she's obviously there, and we'll see what she does. Right, and hopefully we can actually hear her okay. That's better. Hopefully you can hear it ringing now. She can answer. Let's see. Ring, ring, ring. So in the meantime, what I'll do is I'll keep hunting around the internet and we'll keep an eye on her and see whether she replies to me. But what I want to do now is I want to find her promoting or evidence of her promoting BG Wealth, because obviously she's been promoting her Kangen water. And I think we will find that evidence. She didn't answer me, but I'm no doubt from my experience she'll come back. So when you do this, so let's just listen to this while I'm looking for information. We'll just do a bit at a time.
I received a message from an anonymous avenger who had walked away from what they immediately recognised as a suspicious AI crypto trading presentation. They trusted their instincts, did their research, and warned others. But months later, they watched as people around them continued to get pulled in, one by one, into the same scheme they had avoided. And at the centre of it all was one name that kept coming up: Lee Meadows.
Lee Meadows, yes. So that's what they said, and that's what we do. I'm just trying to get a few Avengers here at the moment because I'm a bit lonely in here. I'm just going to have a listen to another message here and see what we got. One of our Avengers is ringing up these individuals and trying to warn them. So we got. This is another phone call. We're ringing up people all the time, telling them, "Did you realize it's a scam?" And they go, "Oh, we think it's real." Come on, Bob. Come on, Bob. He's been ringing.
Letting you know this is an illegal program, and
no, we won't do that. Interesting enough, I'm just getting some other messages here. All right, this is so funny. I'm just gonna show you, like, this is the sort of conversations I have with individuals. So yesterday I'm just gonna go to WhatsApp here. So I get a random message from somebody originally. Oh no, this is Danny to Heck. How can I help you? I must have sent them a message, and then we've got blessings from whoever this is, and it's we've named and shamed him. I've shown them a video. They basically come back and give me a religious rant about why BG Wealth is real. Then they've come through here, and I've asked them some pretty prudent questions, and this is the sort of stuff that I normally do behind the scenes. I talk about Swift Capital. I talk about Nexo. I talk about naming and shaming individuals. I finished up the guy that was going by Joe. We managed to find out who he was. And then this is the type of emails I get from people like Joe, just to go off track a wee bit.
For far too long, every hard-working Americans have been failed by the very institutions that were meant to protect and serve them. Too often, banks have prioritized profit over people. Pharmaceutical systems have too often turned sickness into business. Educational systems have too often limited children instead of liberating their full potential. Social platforms have too often weakened focus, divided minds, and profited from confusion. So let's not be quick to point fingers when many of the same voices casting judgment are also encouraging BG to help ordinary people around the world provide for their families, feed their villages, and care for their elders. I have seen people begin with as little as $500, never recruit a single person, instead withdraw more than $20,000. I have personally mentored thousands within BG, and have witnessed withdrawals that exceeded the combined total of funds contributed by new members. I have studied carefully, done the research, and worked through the numbers. I respect your reservations. However, if I might you are wrong, then your sense may have helped block tens of thousands of people from a life-changing opportunity during a time of deep political, economic, and social instability. Divine justice reminds us that every action carries a reflection. The real question is whether you are willing to stand fully behind your beliefs. If those beliefs have helped keep thousands of people in unnecessary struggle or suffering, divine justice does not care about good intentions. Individual actions must reflect the actions. The truth remains, you do not truly know BG until you have experienced BG from within.
So that's the sort of message I get. So this guy is basically saying to me, which I'm frantically trying to find his name, and I've got his name there. And unfortunately, I've just done something I didn't want to do, but that's okay. So that's the response I've got from an individual. I'm just going to find him, and he's basically telling me it's my belief, what I believe and how I believe it, which is actually just breathtaking when you hear that. So what do I do with individuals like that? Well, I quickly add individuals like that. I'm just trying to rename this so I can actually add it to the replace. Rename. Right, I'm just putting in his name. Right, so he's now come back. First of all, let me give you this type of response that I have written to him, which basically outlines that this isn't about belief, this is about facts. We don't need to have an imaginary situation going on in our brain about what's actually going on. So this is the actual proof that I'm asking him to prove me, rather than just having a belief. This isn't a religion, this isn't a cult. This is actually a legal matter where you could actually go to jail. And I don't think he'll be sitting in jail one day thinking I didn't believe I was going to go to jail. But this is actual hardcore facts. So this is the response I've given him. And then we've got another response from him. And I'm just showing the sort of conversations I have on a daily basis with these people that will not read the red flags.
Jossie, I've taken the time to read everything you've said, and I'm going to be very clear with you. You are now listed as a recruiter and promoter of BG wealth sharing in my records. That means when I'm assisting regulators, investigators, or law enforcement, which I have done many times before, your name will be included as someone who played a role in growing and promoting this scheme. Now let's address your claims. You keep referencing SEC Regulation D506C and comparing this operation to firms like BlackRock and JP Morgan. That comparison is not just misleading, it's completely false equivalence. Those institutions file proper disclosures, operate under strict regulatory oversight, have verifiable executives, audited financials, and transparent operations. BG wealth sharing has none of that. There is no verifiable CEO or leadership with a real digital footprint, no audited trading records, no proof of external revenue generation, no licensed entity offering securities legally to the public. You're asking people to believe in private placement structures while offering it openly to the public through Zoom calls and social media. That alone contradicts how legitimate private placements work. Now let's talk about the returns you're claiming. Cut and paste signal trading is not trading. If people are logging into an app, copying and pasting trades, receiving consistent, predictable returns, then the obvious question is, where is the money actually coming from? Because it's not coming from trading, it's coming from new participants funding withdrawals for earlier participants, the exact definition of a Ponzi-style structure. Your claim that people can withdraw more than they put in without recruitment does not prove legitimacy. It actually confirms redistribution of funds, and the numbers don't even make sense long-term. A $500 entry takes months just to break even. Profit only becomes meaningful through recruitment and expansion. That's not investing. That's dependency on constant new inflow. Now let's address something I find particularly disturbing. You are wrapping this in religious language, blessings, divine justice serving families, while promoting a financial scheme with no transparency. That is not leadership. That is emotional and spiritual ritual manipulation, and it is one of the oldest tactics used in these types of operations to lower people's skepticism and build blind trust. You're not just promoting an opportunity, you're creating belief, and that carries responsibility. You said I don't understand BG because I'm not inside. That's the same line used in every Ponzi scheme I've ever investigated. You don't need to be inside a burning building to know it's on fire. The real question is whether I'm right or wrong. The real question is, when this collapses, and schemes like this always do, are you prepared to take responsibility for the people you brought in? Because good intentions won't protect you from the consequences of promoting an unlicensed financial product and misleading others. I suggest you think very carefully about your position moving forward.
Right. So that was the reply I sent this individual yesterday, and we're just going off track a bit from Lee Meadows. But he's come back and he's given me a link to the DHG article, in all fairness. This article does not state that you can't see this, but he's given me the link to the DOG. What am I saying? Is that right? So that's his proof, DSJ, that he believes that BG Wealth sharing has got approval. And this is not, if you put this into ChatGPT and ask actually what this means, you will see it does not mean that the Department of Justice has given BG Wealth sharing approval or they have a license. It is absolutely fabricated lie. It's for people who don't do their research. And I've done articles about this before, so we won't go there. They're also talking about fidelity. So he's claiming that these actually mean something. Now, would you believe the other new scam that's just popped up, the wave scam, the shift wave scam, has got the same stuff and they've done the same stuff. So I don't even know why SEC actually don't remove these out of their results, because at the moment there's thousands of people that as soon as they see a document on a domain name with sec.gov, they think this is approval because they don't understand it. And to be honest, no one actually understands any of these scams, which is ridiculous. But just going back to the WhatsApp here, you can see that he's done his research and he's convinced that all these claims there sounds official, and this is his proof to me that a platform that isn't on a real exchange, no proof of where the money comes from, requires you to do 2 or 3 cut and paste signal trades a day, which is no such thing. It's not even how you do real trading, is legitimate, and he's willing to jeopardize his professional career. Now, I'm going to ring this guy in a minute, but in the meantime, I've actually taken all that information and I do use ChatGPT, and I've asked it to put together a response to him. And I'm going to get ChatGPT to read it because it's always a bit more exciting when she reads it. Let's have a listen.
Here's a sharp, controlled reply that dismantles his latest message, calls out the manipulation, and addresses the offer and regulation D argument clearly. Jossie, I've read everything you've sent, including your SEC links of Regulation D. Let's cut through the noise. You are hiding behind legitimate financial frameworks to justify something that does not operate like a legitimate private placement. Yes, Regulation D exists. Yes, Form D filings exist. Yes, institutions use them. But here's what you're deliberately ignoring. A Form D filing is not approval. It is not validation. It is not proof of legitimacy. Anyone can file a Form D. The SEC even states clearly that they do not verify the information for accuracy. They do not endorse the offering. Fraudulent schemes routinely file Form D notices. So sending those links proves absolutely nothing about
Just going to get a drink of water.
DSJ being legitimate. Now let's address the core contradictions in what you're promoting. You claim this is a private placement under 506C. Only accredited investors should participate. Yet in reality, this is being promoted openly on Zoom calls and social media. People are joining with $500 accounts. There is no verified accreditation process. There is mass recruitment of everyday individuals. That alone breaks the entire premise of a legitimate 506C offering. You cannot have it both ways. Now let's talk about your $1,000 offer. This is not generosity. This is a classic onboarding tactic. You're asking me to accept capital, participate for 6 months, follow the system without questioning withdrawals. That's not an experiment. That's controlled exposure designed to manufacture belief. And your claim of turning $1,000 into $6,000 in 6 months without recruitment? That's a red flag, not a selling point. Because if that were real and sustainable, there would be audited performance records, there would be licensed fund managers, there would be institutional transparency. Instead, what we see is copy and paste signal trading, no verifiable trading history, no independent audits, no identifiable accountable leadership. Which brings us back to the most important question you still haven't answered. Where is the money actually coming from? Because without external verifiable revenue, the only logical conclusion is new money is funding withdrawals. Now let's address something else. You say you are not a promoter, you are an educational advisor, but you are recruiting, you are defending the model, you are offering capital to onboard participants, you are publicly advocating for the system. That is promotion, regardless of the label you choose. And finally, your use of spirituality. You've wrapped this in divine justice, blessings, unconditional love, while encouraging people to track transparency. That is not ethical guidance. That is emotional leverage, whether intentional or not. Now, regarding your invitation to go live, I don't do stage debates where the goal is to legitimise a system by giving it a platform. What I do is collect evidence, document behaviour, and expose patterns. And based on everything I've seen so far, BG wealth sharing fits a very familiar pattern. So I'll leave you with this. If this is legitimate, you should have no issue providing audited financial statements, verified trading records, licensed entities and responsible individuals, proof of external revenue generation. Until then, what you're presenting is not evidence, it's belief wrapped in technical language. And belief doesn't protect people when these things collapse. Danny?
So, you know, what I love about ChatGPT, it uses logic. I read that and I agree with that. That was an image I was going to use of him. So that's just an individual there that I've been, and, you know, here he is. He's now offered me $1,000 and he wants me just to blind faith that within 6 months, that $1,000 is going to turn into $6,000 without recruiting. All right. Now, anybody in the right mind would probably think, well, why don't you just take it anyway? I had an offer of $150,000 to take blood money so I would remove my videos for Goliath Ventures Inc. I said, no, stick it up your ass. I'm not taking dirty money. Where does that money come from that he's got? It's coming from stealing money from other people who it's all recruitment. Now, you might have not seen me just quickly. I was on a screen, and this is inside BG Wealth Sharing DS Exchange. Now, over Easter, they were offering people referral rewards. Now, if somebody dropped in $95,000, and I know they would have had people who did that, they were going to give them straight away, without doing any trading, $19,000 back. And that actually adds up with the new member reward, $23,000, nearly $24,000. 5 new members, monthly dividends, more signal opportunities to stable income. All these quotes are telling you how much money you're going to get instantly before they've even done any trading. So they were using the money that people have invested to pay other people for recruiting. These are actual screenshots from Amelia, is it? Amelia, of where they're showing and offering people extra bonuses over Christmas. And this is why we believe that BG Wealth Sharing will collapse any day in the next 2 weeks. Easy peasy. No lemon squeezy. But in the meantime, I've just shown you that they're actually opening up in different under different brands. So we're gonna ring Jossie and see if he wants to talk to us, because he just said he would like to go on a live debate with us, and maybe we can bring him on the stage right now. See what he says.
Mr. Danny, how you doing, good sir?
Yeah, good, mate. I read through your offer. It's very generous.
Thank you.
So where would you get the $1,000 from? Was that coming out of your own pocket, or would you use your in-house money?
I have in-house money. I have enough money to do that. That is not an issue. So most of my people that I've brought in, I come out of pocket. I don't bring them in, because most people I'm targeting are people who are struggling and around the world. So
Right.
I invest. So for example, I came in with BG with 500 attested, Danny. I did not come in blinded. I came in, I said, I'm going to test the system. I'm going to do my due diligence. I'm going to do my research. I didn't want he say, she say. So when I came in, I looked at everybody's account. I looked at from Nettie to other investors, traders. I looked at that account. I studied their accounts. I didn't want to make sure, I want to make sure there was no fishy business happening in their accounts.
So
So
what did you study when you study those accounts?
Okay, so one of the things I studied when you open up DSJ, because DSJ is independent from BG. We'll get that twisted. So when you go into DSJ, you can see their financial system breakdown. You can see how 1% went into trade, how often and how it accumulates. So you can take the 1%.
I'm familiar with that part of it. So with the trading, what are they actually trading though? Who's using the platform?
Okay, they're trading futures, which is they're using professor. I'm gonna give you the facts. Okay, when when DSJ filed the documents,
Who's professor?
Okay, well, let's back up. Okay, there's DSJ. It's a different company.
Yeah.
Than BG. Okay, let's separate the two because a lot of people blend it together. Are you with me so far? We're going to separate the two.
And you do realize that this company has already existed in New Zealand and they did a test trial here. Are you familiar with that?
As far as DSJ or BG?
Yeah, they're exactly the same company. It was actually originally called CR Group LLC, and they used another exchange called UIX, and it was exactly the same company. So they did a test run in New Zealand, and it's exactly the same company. And they had the professor as well, and it's all been shut down now. So this is
the same company.
No, it's the same company.
I know
because they rebranded it to a company called Signal Raiders, and we actually shut that company down. Myself, my Avengers, and then they.
Well, one of the things, Danny, and then one of the things I've noticed, people have come in to a system like this because I've met several people that have done it, and we have shut them down. Okay, so I need you to understand. A lot of people that you shut down are people who come in and mimic the framework and undermine the sanctity.
I've watched the videos, mate. I'm not going to let you preach propaganda that's not true. That information that you were about to tell me is actually come. No, excuse me. That information that you were telling me is actually come from the professor's videos that the propaganda he feeds people. There is no copycat company. There's other companies out there that are ran by the same human trafficking compound that this one's coming out of, and you're choosing not to believe that.
What is your evidence of that? I want.
Well, where's the evidence? Where's the evidence they have real bricks and mortar? Where's the corporate structure of a company that? Hold on a minute. You asked me a question, and I'll let you talk for a bit. So there's a company here that's apparently got 700,000 members, and there's no. Where is that company ran from, and who is in charge of? Who's on the board? Are you telling me it's all ran by one guy called the Professor, who's got no digital footprint?
So can I answer your question? Okay. In the digital space, there's a lot of confusion happening. Right now, everything is moving to the digital
This isn't confusion, mate. Mate, you can call it confusion, but I asked you a pretty basic question, mate. No, you're saying it's confusion. Answering it with saying it's confusion is not correct. Stephen Beard doesn't exist. So you've got to prove to me now, in a court of law, who he is.
So here's the thing, okay? Are you familiar with the global financial reset?
No, I'm not.
Yeah. Okay. I'm one of 11 individuals that initiated that to reset the financial system of the world. Okay. And I've seen the bank accounts with 125 zeros behind it. I've seen wealth that you can't even imagine. I'm seeing ledgers.
Sorry, did you not hear my question?
I'm answering your question because I need.
No, you're not. I want you. Okay. You know, my name's Danny DeHick, okay, and I live in New Zealand, and you can find out I really exist. So I just asked you a basic question. Does Stephen Beard, you're going off on another tangent. It's not that complicated question.
I'm trying to answer your question, but you're deflecting me. If you allow me to answer the question.
You're deflecting me. I asked you who Stephen Beard is, and you can't tell me unless you give me this long-winded story about how you were part of some organization back in 1994. I'm asking you a basic question. This guy that you see on a video that looks like an AI doesn't exist, and you can't prove it.
Danny, relax, man. So, Professor, let me tell you what we're working on. Because if you want to ask the direction we're going, we're looking to open up brick and mortar. We already got 15 brick and mortar already open. Okay, we already got 60.
And we're already reporting them. We are reporting them. They're shutting them down before they even open, mate. We've already done that.
Which one have you shut down? Because you have not.
I can't. Well, no, I'm telling you, we have, because he's already removed his social media. I'll give you a name in a second. He's already removed his social media. He's backing up the bus. I'll have to spell it. I can't read his name, but his last name's Thomas. This is his name.
Okay, I'm working with Thaddeus. We did not shut it down.
And we will.
We did not shut
We've already
Thaddeus
put the
down.
complaints in. We've actually talked to the government, and they've looked.
Listen,
You've got 11 government warnings out about this company. Do you really think you're going to open up a premises when there's 11 government warnings out there about this?
I will be in that facility myself, training people through humanitarian means.
You're stealing money from poor people to give it to other poor people.
You are not in the United States.
I've been there, mate. I was there 6 weeks ago, mate. I come after people like you and I shut you down.
Are you in the United States?
I've been in the United States 6 weeks ago because I went there to.
Right now, Danny.
I don't need to be, mate. I will come there and come after people like you. I will come after you. The last person I shut down was running a $328 million Ponzi scheme, and 2 days after I come home, he got arrested. Do you want to be arrested for this? Are you not listening to it?
I realized something about you. You operate out of ignorance and fear, and until you're aligned with the facts.
You're the one telling us that the banking system's going down.
The banking system is shifting, Danny.
Yeah, but you're telling me that. That's scare tactics. You're telling people the banking system. I was on a committee where I'm changing the world financial future because the banks are no good anymore. Who is Stephen Beard? Who is Stephen Beard?
Stephen Beard is a real person.
Prove it.
And okay. What about I made a deal to you. I made an offer to you. You either take the deal or you don't take the deal. Here's the deal. Okay. We can do a live chat. You can bring all your people in, a live video feed, and I'll bring all the evidence to the table. I'll even bring the FBI agents and policy attorneys and all the people that's part of my community. I'll bring them all on the call because I have real people. Okay? I'm in the United States, right? And I'm following the laws. The SEC is the United States rules.
The SEC, the SEC has not approved this. Now, you need to read my last email because I made it pretty clear to you that the SEC has not approved this.
SEC have two different types of approval, Danny. You're not reading. It says we either give you registration or we give you exemptions.
SEC does not approve companies, mate.
Did I give you the information?
You did, and I've given you a reply. Do you want to listen to it?
Exemption, or I've been in the financial space longer than you.
I'm not having a pissing competition. Here we go. Listen to this, mate. Listen to this.
The SEC even states clearly that they do not verify the information for accuracy. They do not endorse the offering fraudulent schemes, routinely file Form D notices. So sending those links proves absolutely nothing about BG or DSJ being legitimate. Now let's address the core contradictions.
So those forms don't mean nothing.
Hold on, pause. Because what I sent you, Fidelity did it, Wells Fargo did it, Chase did it.
No,
all of them did.
But you're missing the point. You're telling me that, no, mate, wake up. Mate, I've researched you. I know you well enough. You've got a level head on you, but you're not listening to the facts. The facts is the registration D exists. The Form D exists. The institutions use them, but here's what you are deliberately ignoring. A Form D filing is not approval. It is not validation. It is not proof of legitimacy. Anybody can file a Form D certificate. Even I could do it if I wanted to.
Jenny, one of the things you lack is understanding about the financial system in America. I know a lot more than you. That's a fact.
Well, why are these governments putting out warnings then?
The government is not pulling out warning because, first of all, the Canadian government, when you go back and do the necessary due diligence, because I did chase that down, Canada don't want to move in the crypto space.
Are you willing to do jail time for your hunch?
Are you willing to do jail time for your accusations and your, how can I say this?
Yes, I am. Right, so we've just had, so this is the government warnings. We've had Australia, Tonga, the UK, New Zealand, Philippines, Utah. I can't even.
Daniel, where am I at? Which country am I in?
Saskatchewan.
Well,
I'm in the United States, Danny. I'm in the United States.
Why, no, but why would you? Okay, so 11 countries do warnings about arsenic in water, and because you haven't got one in your country, you're still drinking the water. the Kool-Aid.
No, I'm in the United States, and I sent you the United States exemptions, that the same exemptions, the 506C, that Fidelity is doing, that Wells Fargo is doing, that Chase Manhattan is doing, that Apollo Group is doing. I sent that to you. You ignored that because you.
No, I responded. I did not ignore that. I responded to you and gave you a letter explaining everything about what you said. Now, do you want me to read it to you so you can hear it?
Are you telling me those institutions are committing fraud by filing that document?
Filing is one thing. Giving approval was another thing. Anybody can file a document, and that document does not prove legitimacy. That just says that you've filed a document. So you keep on telling me, you're telling people that this is SEC approved, and you are lying because there's no proof of that.
I sent you from the SEC website, said there's two directions. Just like in the United States, I can file I can file an exemption as a nonprofit organization, which I do have, right? And I can also file an LLC corporation, which I also have, Danny. And that's two different operations. That doesn't mean one is more legitimate than the other. It's how I function within the capacity of my filings. So if you're going to do constructive due diligence, do it right.
Mate, you're full of it.
The SEC website says there's two routes. There is the exemptions and there is the regulations, which regulations restricts. It restricts investors' capacity. If you study finance, you will understand, because I understand fixed income securities, I understand private placement, I understand all those dynamics that you are missing. Because when you're raising capital, especially on limited capital potential, you follow the exemption route. Now, here's something that you
still haven't proved to me that Stephen Beard is a real person. You've gone off. No, you're not. You're not even answering the question. Like, if I said, "Are you a real person?" I can go, "Yes, you are."
To the United States.
Bullshit. Whatever. Is he coming over as an AI bot? All right, mate. I've got some questions here for you. I'm not going to ask you a question you can't answer. So here's the first question I want to ask you.
Just to be clear, are you stating that BG Wealth Sharing and DSJ are operating legally under SEC Regulation D506C?
Is that what you're saying?
I am saying I've sent you the filing.
No. Answer the question, mate. Answer the question. I'll give you time to answer. Are you saying no? Hold it, mate. You haven't answered the questions. BG Wealth Sharing and DS are operating legally under the SEC Regulation D506C. Are you saying they're operating legally under those numbers?
You see, you manipulated the question because you merged the two companies as one company.
No.
BG is the educational platform. And that's all it is. It's an educational platform to educate.
But it's taking money. But it's taking money off people. But it's taking money. No, but it's taking money. So it's a security.
We have not taken money from nobody has taken a dime from anybody. BG does not control your account. BG does not look into your account. BG does not touch your funds. It is self-custody.
All right. Okay. So, all right. Hey, let me rephrase the question then. So what you're saying, BG Wealth Sharing is different to DJS. So any of those two companies, hold it, let me speak, mate. I've got to answer the question. So any of those two companies, are they operating legally under SEC Regulation D506C?
DSJ is operating legally based on the exemptions. BG is educating people to trade on a self-custody trading platform that allows people to come in.
That's great. All right. So you've answered that. So you're basically saying DSJ is operating legally. Is that what you are saying? Is that correct?
According to the filing, DSJ is legal.
Excellent.
Next question.
All right. Are you personally licensed to promote or discuss securities with the public?
I work with BG, an educational platform.
Mate, that's not a tricky question. It's not a tricky question. No, I'm asking you, are you personally licensed to promote or discuss securities with public?
I can discuss anything regarding my
mate, have you got, okay, I'll make it easier for you, mate. Now listen to here, stop twisting things. Have you got a driver's license? Have you got a driver's license?
I have a driver's license.
Excellent. That's how you answer the question. So I've just asked you a real basic question. Are you personally licensed to promote? Excuse me. Wait. Listen up, laddie. Listen up here, laddie. Are you personally licensed to promote or discuss securities with the public? Yes or no?
Crypto is not securities. Moving on to the next question.
So is that a no?
Crypto is not security. Moving on.
Anything to do with money, you can call it, if it quacks like a duck and it walks like a duck, it's a duck.
To the U.S. laws, crypto is an asset, just like a house, just like a property. So why don't you get the facts right about how crypto is seen in this country before you make assumptions? So again, to answer your question, crypto is not a security. Moving on to the next question.
Well, that is wrong, because crypto is a security, because you have to pay taxes on it when you take it off the platform.
See, that shows your ignorance. Go back and do some homework.
All right, then.
I can send you.
All right. So if I ask you the question again, are you personally licensed to promote or discuss securities in public? No, listen to me. Listen to me, because you're twisting words here. I'm asking you, no, whether it's crypto or real money, I don't care. Shut up. If it's crypto or real money, I don't care. I'm asking you a personal question that you can easily answer. Are you personally licensed to promote or discuss securities in public, regardless of whether it's with crypto or toilet paper, mate? Answer the freaking question.
Danny, you asked me to answer something. I said I do not discuss securities. So let's move on.
So you're not licensed. Are you licensed or not? Are you licensed to discuss securities? He's reconnecting. Bit of a heated conversation. I know I'm yelling down the mic, but you can't let these guys get away with it. We'll see if he comes back. So it says reconnecting because he's in a third world country probably. He's in the United States of America and he can't keep his internet connection going. Excuse me. All right, let's hang up on him and let's see if we can ring him back. All right, you're back. You there? You're on mute, by the way. I don't know why. Anyway, while you're on mute, it's a good time to ask the next question. Are you acting as an advisor, promoter, or recruiter? Which one exactly?
Danny, I'm an educator.
So you haven't answered the question. So you've got advisor, promoter, or recruiter. Which one are you?
I'm an educator.
Educator.
I'm treating you.
Oh, well, take that you don't want to answer these basic questions.
Question. I'm an educator about a space that most people don't know about, which is the crypto space, which is an asset-based space, and I educate people.
No, but I weren't asking you that question whether you were dealing with crypto or not, because I don't believe they're doing any trading. I don't even believe this is crypto. I asked you a basic question that you failed to answer, and are you personally licensed to promote or discuss securities in public? I didn't ask you whether it was to do with crypto or anything. I just asked you whether you're a licensed security offerer. And you won't answer that question. And the answer to that question is no, ladies and gentlemen. So if this is a 506C offering, how are you verifying that every participant is an accredited investor? Here's the question again for you.
If this is a 506C offering, how are you verifying that every participant is an accredited investor?
So it's a great question. See, now that's the question you should be asking. You're asking a lot of ignorant questions. Now let's get to the real meat and meat and butter of this, right? So ordinary people don't have access to the financial space. It's been locked out. So in order to be an accredited investor...
You answer a bloody question, mate. I just asked you, how are you verifying that every participant is accredited? How are you verifying that people are accredited investors? Stop twisting the stupid bullshit crap that you've learned from kindergarten. Answer the friggin' question.
Dennis, listen, man, I don't have to answer shit.
Well, you can't answer the questions. That's the problem. How are you verifying every participant is an accredited investor and you won't answer the question? Is that right?
Question. I'm getting ready to answer your question. But here's the thing. You try to put people in black and white so you can make assumptions.
Mate, it's personal. I'm just asking you to answer a friggin' question and you won't answer it. How are you verifying every participant is accredited investor? That's part of the requirements.
Cannot answer your question.
There's no kidding about that, mate. Okay, next question. Can you show us actual...
You can educate yourself.
Mate, I'm not going to listen to your bullshit that you've been practicing that doesn't make truth.
Danny, I'm an educator. I have a master's degree in education.
I don't care what you've got, mate. You've got the brains of an ox.
Okay, Danny, listen, man.
Next question.
When you're ready to have
show us the actual accreditation verification process used before someone deposits money.
So what do you do before people put... You just offered me $1,000 to put it into my account. So can you show us the actual accreditation verification process. I can't even read that properly. Here we go.
Can you show us the actual accreditation verification process used before someone deposits money?
So can you show us that?
Danny, I offer you the opportunity to come in
People
because I will go.
with $500 if 506C requires accredited investors.
Yeah, so you need $100,000. Now, you're not listening here, mate. That rule that you're telling me that you've got, the 506C thing, to be accredited investor, I believe the minimum investment is $100,000. You have to prove that you have $100,000, but you're taking $500 investments from people.
Then let me break it. So listen, see, I now see your energy. Your energy is distorted, and either you're here to learn, so I can explain things to you, or you're here to manipulate to try to record.
This is the law, mate. I'm not manipulating the law. I'm reading you out of the contracts that the law provides you, and you're coming up with a theory and a feeling. I'm asking you to answer the bloody questions.
Why do people with $500 if 506
Can I explain that? Can I explain that?
So you cannot explain the rules even though you think you're a scholar and you've got all these master's degrees. Here's your next question then, mate.
Are you aware that general solicitation is only allowed if all investors are accredited?
So you're not allowed to solicit investments unless these people are accredited. So you're taking money.
I'm not going to waste any more time with your low games. Come to my training.
It's not a game. Your training is gaslighting. Little freak. So they can't answer the questions, and they're telling people a whole bunch of lies. And this guy is now on my radar. So, do you agree that filing a Form D does not meet SEC approval? So this guy here is telling us that basically they are accredited with this D50 thing, but basically they can only go after people that are accredited. To be accredited, with Goliath Ventures, they were trying to get a money services license. And that money services license said that they could only go after people that had $100,000 in the bank doing nothing, so to speak. So it's absolutely he wants me to you're live. I'm just going to come back to him now and tell him I'll just get that up on the right screen. Excuse my cough. We're live. So that's cool. So anyway, so you can see what they're doing here. So if they are claiming that they are SEC approved, then the filing would actually have to be approved by that law, the DC 560 law. And if that's the case, then they would have to only go after accredited investors. And an accredited investor actually needs to meet a certain criteria before they can invest into that platform, theoretically. And that's why he couldn't answer the question, are you personally licensed to promote or discuss securities in public? You know, and some people give me a bit of criticism for yelling down the phone, but if I sat there and listened to that guy tell you a 10-minute or a 15-minute answer to whether he has a license, which is a yes or no answer, then I'm not going to sit here and listen to a guy that's going to sit here and ravel off a whole lot of stuff that he claims that he understands when he doesn't understand the basic laws. Anybody in their right mind, I could ask questions. I could, so he's offering me $1,000 offers, expose the bait. You offered to fund an account for me. How many other people have you done that for? He won't answer that question. If I asked him, I can show that for. Well, let's just try this out for a laugh. Come to my training. Does anyone want to go? This isn't tactic to build trust. It creates testimonials. I mean, you know, like literally if he gave me the money and I've got nothing to lose, I could be sitting here chirping like a canary telling everyone how wonderful BG Wealth is, but I haven't invested anything or worried about losing anything. If the system is so strong, why requires 6 months before withdrawals? I don't think that's quite right, because I don't even know if that's right. If anyone's invested in BG Wealth Sharing, can you withdraw your money before it matures? Or do you have to leave it there for a fixed term deposit of 6 months of hope and hell and pray? Honestly, BG Wealth is going to fall down in the next couple of 3 weeks. No, it's just everything about this right now. All these Ponzi schemes get to their peak and then they fall over. People like this guy, Oliver, whatever his name was, where is his name? They just disappear afterwards, and that's why Jossie, is it? But anyway, so how many people have you joined through BG Network? He won't tell me that, I'm pretty sure. Have you earned commissions, bonuses, and incentives to growth? Now, if he says no to that, then I'm going to go back to this post I've got, and these are actually screenshots from the in-house of Bond Chat where they're incentivizing people to refer. So all the money from BG Wealth isn't coming from trading. He was claiming that they're two separate entities. If we went back to say like my website in the past, well, actually, if we go to my database here, you can actually go to home and you can go to here and you can see to CR Group. Now, CR Group was the identical scam, had the identical template, and it had a professor and it had everything. So all that there was the original scam that's fallen over. Mr. G. Is that Mr. G, is it? It is. There he is. You can hit the button. What was that?
Your headphones.
Headphones? So is this Oliver, is it? Well, not Oliver. What do you call yourself? You do need headphones. I forget how to say your name. Jossie. Is it Jossie? Jossie, speak to me. But anyway, as I was saying before, I was really interrupted.
Okay, hold on.
Yeah.
Danny, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can.
Okay, perfect. So let's okay, perfect. So you know something? I'm gonna apologize to you, right? Because and the reason I need to apologize, because I know what you do is to invoke emotions. And emotions
rubbish, mate. This is not about clickbait. Don't go down that rubbish. I asked you a very basic question. I asked you a basic question. You couldn't answer it. And you can still go back and answer it if you want. No, I'm not.
Okay, let's go back. So
no, I'm not here doing psychological. I'm not going to be manipulated by you, mate. I asked you some basic friend questions. And I asked you a question. Are you licensed to promote or discuss securities with the public? Yes or no?
Danny, the answer is
the question.
I don't discuss. I did. I'm answering the question. I don't discuss securities. Next question.
I asked you if you were licensed. That is the question.
I'm licensed in other areas. I'm licensed as an educator.
For God's sake.
Yes.
Answer the friggin' question. Are you licensed to promote or discuss securities? Are you a registered financial advisor?
Danny, I don't do those things. Danny, are you licensed to be an assassin?
No.
Answer the freaking question. So the answer is no. So I'm telling you no, but you're not listening. I'm licensed as an educator, Danny.
Mate, I don't care if you're
discuss
educator.
security.
The question wasn't, are you licensed as an educator? The question was very basic. Are you personally licensed to promote and discuss securities?
I do not promote securities.
Are you licensed, mate?
Why would I discuss if I'm licensed to promote something when I don't do it?
I'm asking you. It doesn't matter. I don't care if I'm licensed to operate.
Are you assuming?
I'm asking you. Are you a licensed surgeon to do brain surgery? Are you licensed to do brain surgery? It's not a trick question, mate. Are you licensed to do brain surgery?
Am I licensed to do brain surgery?
Yes.
No, I'm not licensed.
Excellent. So you answered the question. So now I'm asking you a basic. Okay. I'm not saying you're a brain surgeon. I'm actually just saying, are you licensed? And you've said, no, you're not. So are you licensed to promote or discuss securities with the public?
In the context you're speaking of, no, in the context.
So you're not a licensed, regulated financial advisor of any sort?
I am an advisor.
But you're not licensed to discuss securities. Is that a fair? Is that your answer? Can we lock this one in? It's not a TV host. So you're not a licensed, regulated financial advisor. Are you not coming on camera for a reason? Or you want me to stare at your carpet? Got crickets. All right, well, you've disappeared for some reason, and that's okay. But what I were showing people is this company used to be called CR Global
So, Danny,
LLC.
can we move on? Can we get some facts on it?
Well, I'm showing you some facts right here, mate. Do you realize the company that you're promoting used to be called CR Global LLC? And these are...
I disagree.
Well, I can promise you it's the same company because the same people...
I disagree.
New Zealand FMA has now come in.
I disagree.
All right, I'll show you then. Okay, so you can disagree. So the government FMA, did I not put that down there? So the FMA, the New Zealand Financial Regulator, has now actually put this down as the same scam, and they've actually updated their stuff. FMA. Have I got that handle?
Danny, I disagree. Can we move on to the next point?
How can you disagree when something is here? It is here. So this is
because you're manipulating information for your audience, Danny. I can see that.
I'm not
you
manipulating.
Know how to manipulate information.
This is a government warning. Here we go. This is a government warning by the New Zealand government, who has a team of people working and investigating this. We have even helped provide them information on CR Global. So this is CR Global, and if you look here, you can see they had an app called Ruby. And Ruby was the same as your DSJ exchange. And here...
What are your facts? What are your facts to that, Danny? Because you're assuming again.
The government has updated this is the warning they did on CR Global. All those domain names, why do they change the domain names every 10 seconds for? Why do they do that? Because they're getting flagged for scams.
Are you going to allow me to answer that question too?
Well, I'm building a case with you. Like
you're not allowing me to. What you're doing, you're manipulating information to manipulate your audience in order to get you to
fuck off, mate. What an idiot, mate. Look, you're not even on camera, you coward. Here is the government warning. Listen, mate. Here's the government warning telling you that CR Global LLC is the same company as BG Wealth Sharing. This government is employed to find out what the story is behind these scams. So this is.
Well, you just told me you don't know. Okay,
this isn't manipulating.
You just told me in previous conversation. No, you told me in previous conversation you don't know Professor Stephen Beard because you perceive it's an AI. You don't have no knowledge of no facts, and you are making assumptions it's the same.
Well, let's go and let's have a look at Stephen Beard, right? And you tell me, you prove to me that he's real, because I'm all ears, mate. I'll show you what we know about him. We'll do it in real time here. Because I've got information. And if you come on camera like a man, that would be really good, rather than hiding in the carpet.
I have my family around me, Danny.
Well, poor them.
You're not worth it.
Well, how terrible! Your daddy's going to prison.
I'm entertaining you.
This is
Danny.
not entertainment.
You're in a different country. You're in a different country.
I'll come to America if you want, mate.
You're using AI. You're using AI.
I am not. You're using AI. Here we go.
Stephen replies. This is BG's official website. You can see my personal information and company information here. I have funds, but my wife will kill me if I lose them. Please share Oxford credentials outside of the site. It's so weird that I can't find you. So Stephen drops a BG Wealth Sharing Limited Australian company investment partnership commitment letter. This is the only way she will let me, sad crying face. We are in America. What about SEC? So Stephen replies, once you join BG, I will be responsible for your income. As long as you trade according to my signals, I guarantee 100% profit. She only sees bad reviews and won't let me. That's great, but I can't find
I've just been told that it's broadcasting choppy, but this is a whole video actually proving that this guy doesn't exist. And all the companies that he's registered.
That is your opinion.
Let me finish. All the companies that he has registered don't even have premises attached to them. So if you go,
let's move on.
These are facts, mate. You wanted facts.
And that was not facts. That's assumptions.
No.
You're trying to make an ass of you.
Look, we can show you that. No, hold it, mate. That's not right. So here's the company certificate, right? And it's showing you the company certificate that you guys are showing everyone that you're registered. And here is the address that they tell you that the company resides at. So we go to the address and we follow the address and it doesn't exist. So none of the addresses of all the company offices that these guys have registered their businesses to, which are real, don't have the addresses that they've put on here. So they've
Danny, do you have a company address, Danny? Do you have a company address?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, so your house, Danny?
No, it's not my house. It's where my accountant lives. But my accountant doesn't live in an invisible house.
Oh, it's your accountant.
But you're not listening, mate. This is why I don't like talking to you demons. You are Satan, mate. You're a Satan guy. Now, this address isn't got an accountant's office at it. It doesn't exist. At the end of the street.
So you you're promoting all this thing about your value, and you are contradicting the very nature of integrity as it relates to you personally. Do you not see the cognitive dissonance that you are expressing
Mate,
right now?
I asked you to prove
So
if Stephen Beard was correct, a real person, and you can't do that. So don't twist the
Danny,
words.
I don't have to prove Stephen Beard to
Well,
you.
you do, because you're
Nor
asking
does
people to
Stephen.
invest
No,
in him.
you are a nobody to Stephen Beard, and you are nobody
Well,
to me. I'm
well, I know
entertaining
I'm a
you.
nobody to an AI character, but he doesn't exist, and you can't prove he does. There's no
That's
digital
fine,
footprints.
but I'm also noticing you're using a lot of AI in your infrastructure as well.
Yeah,
So
and
let's talk about the
AI
hypocrisy
doesn't
there.
show any Stephen Beard. Okay, so have you tried AI?
So your education basis is all about AI,
So
and
what do
you
you
are
want me to do,
challenging
mate? How do
somebody
you want
else's
me to
AI.
prove? How do you want me to prove that Stephen Beard is a real person? Hey, listen here, you mofo.
So,
What a stupid
can
idiot
you
you
let
are.
me?
No, I'm not going to let
Can
you
you
talk
let me?
because you're telling me that Stephen Beard isn't a real person because I use AI, and then I'm going, well,
Danny,
prove he's real. Meet me
Danny,
face. I'll give you $10,000 if I can meet him face to face.
Danny, I love you, man, and I
No, face
appreciate the
to
work that you're
face.
doing.
Shut
But
up and say
no,
something. Shut up and say something. $10,000 if I can meet Stephen Beard face to face without AI. Put your money where your mouth is, you coward. Put your money where your
Danny,
mouth is. You coward cannot.
you are
Stephen
now.
Beard does not exist, and you know it, and you can't prove it, whether I use AI or whether I don't. He doesn't exist. You're a
So,
coward. You're the
Danny,
guy off camera.
hold on. If I say, Danny, I'm going to give you $10,000 to prove you can meet Donald Trump in person and sit next to him, could you do that right now for me, Danny?
I'm talking
Is
about
Donald Trump
Stephen
in
Beard.
position?
You're
No,
not trying
I'm
to prove it.
asking
Are
you.
you trying to prove that Donald Trump is running this now?
No, I see. That's what you manipulate. I'm asking you, do you have the capacity to sit with Donald Trump,
No one has the capacity to
Stephen?
sit with Stephen
Okay.
Beard.
Okay. So right now you do not understand the nature of Stephen Beer, and I'm not going to entertain that because
You're in
you
trouble.
refuse to be
The
educated.
very lady
I'm
that
not going
did all
to
the now
educate.
the very lady that researched Stephen Beard is sitting beside you on my screen.
It doesn't matter who
Hi.
is beside me. I'm not afraid. Okay. So here's the thing. Okay. It doesn't matter who Stephen Beer is in this context, right?
No, it does
The
matter.
question.
Why does
No,
it
it
not
doesn't
matter?
matter.
Why
Okay?
does it not matter?
Because in the digital space, the decentralized
Oh, bullshit. But you're promoting
digital
securities.
I have
space,
a
What's in the
different
real
question
type
though.
of
world?
I have a
private platform.
question. Hold on. My whole thing
Please
is
answer.
I have a
Yes.
video
Okay.
in my deep dive here that
Okay.
Stephen Beard comes
May
on.
I hold on,
and
pause. May I ask
Hey, you
who
ask
am I
her a
speaking with?
question. Let her
Hold
talk.
Hold on.
I'm
He
asking who am I
states that
speaking
the
with?
company, or the lady whose video you were just watching. My name's Queen of Karma. Hi.
Okay, pause right there.
And
Pause. Queen, where do you live? Which country you live in?
This is how they deflect. They always
I'm
twist it
asking
back.
some
Canada.
simple questions.
No, you deflect.
I'm going to
You
listen to
deflect.
everything
That's
she
why
has.
you
I'm
guys are
just trying to
nuts.
figure out where she.
It's not
Can
important,
you
mate.
let
You
me know
just
where
told
you're
me that
located,
Stephen
please?
Beard's not
I
important.
shouldn't have to dox myself in order to talk. I'm saying I have a video of
Oh, so
Stephen Beard right here.
Stephen Beer needs to. But hold on,
He's
hold
the
on.
one.
You
Well, she's
don't
not
need to
asking for
tell me
money.
who you are, but
She's not
Stephen Beer
asking for
does.
Know what I'm
money.
about
Okay,
to
okay.
say.
Stephen Beer doesn't
Hold
ask
on.
for money. Stephen Beer doesn't ask for money.
That's not what I'm saying.
See, that's the part.
I'm saying he states that
Just turn it
BG
down.
Wealth is registered under his name. When I pulled up the register for this company, it is not registered under Stephen Beard. Can
What
you
is the evidence
explain
of that?
to us?
Okay,
Well, we'll show you.
so
We'll show you the evidence.
okay. So he said it is registered in his name.
Yes.
Please play it. Let me hear it.
What we're about, Queen of Karma?
Oh, I don't know the exact time stamp.
Yeah.
But that was one of the reasons why we looked up
Here
the
it is.
registration. Because I said if he
Okay.
exists and it's registered in his name, we should be able to look up the company registration, see his name on there, and then see all the other companies. Instead, it was another guy's name on there, and it led us down a whole rabbit hole.
Okay. So here's the thing: we're still doing the same thing because Danny is
No,
manipulating.
you're doing the same
information.
thing.
So, are you going to
Danny's
allow
not
me to
manipulating
educate you guys?
anything. I looked up the
Would you guys?
actual registration.
Would you?
You're
Here's the
not
thing. Here's the
listening.
thing. Okay.
He's not listening.
Here's the thing. Okay.
You can't
If you
listen because
give
the
me
truth hurts.
space to educate you, I assure you, you're going to join. How about that?
No.
I've listened to all of your
I
presentations.
guarantee you. I guarantee
Mate,
you. If you and I talk,
the
and
only
I
thing that you are,
share some of, hold on,
I was trying
and
to
I'm
shut
not
him up.
because then
I'm just so the only thing that this guy can offer us is a membership where he will pay us to join, and we're going to judge the whole platform by the fact that we're going to be able to see money on an app go up every day. And after 6 months, I'll be able to get my money out. And that is what he's going to show us to prove that this is real. Other than that, he's got no other proof. Now, these might be the documents right here, Queen Akama. Are they?
No, it's closer to the end, I
All right.
believe, but
All right.
he does show the documents, I think, but they're not in his name.
Right.
None of them.
Right. We'll turn him back up again if he's going to have a conversation. Right. All right. You're back online
Are
again.
y'all going to be teachable tonight? Okay, I'm back online. Are y'all going to be teachable or are y'all going to be unteachable?
No,
Because
it's called
y'all
gaslighting,
not
mate.
trying to be teachable.
Gas-
Called gaslighting. What are you doing?
Be teachable about what? How to scam? I already did 2 MLMs. I'm good.
No, let me give you the facts. If you allow me to give you the facts, then maybe you'll have some understanding. Because Danny doesn't want it. What Danny wants is more clicks out of fear.
Oh, fuck
and
off,
some
mate.
level
Fuck off. How many people have come up with the low-hanging fruit insult? I get about $500 a month if I'm lucky off my YouTube channel. You try and support yourself off YouTube $500 and say I'm doing this for clicks. What a low... That is the dumbest thing we hear. And is that what you're grabbing at now? And you don't deserve to even be on my show. And you don't know my background. I've had people in my immediate family die by suicide because they were gaslighted into told to believing something. A lady I spoke to today, a New Zealand hero that's going after BG Wealth, said that she's had people in her circles who have been promoting have died by suicide. You don't realize what you're playing with. People lose all their money and they die by suicide because they were embarrassed and they feel foolish and they have no reason to exist. And they learned everything they invested in from their computers, through Zoom, by people telling them a load of rubbish. I've asked you a basic question, and that is to prove that Stephen Beard is a real person. You can't answer it. You keep telling us to come to your gaslighting sessions, and you're going to just gaslight me like you're trying to gaslight me now into believing something. We're showing you the documents where his names don't exist. And I just think you are just the bottom feeder on the planet. And if I turn you up, you're just going to yell down the phone, going off on some theory about nothing.
Danny, you invited me to the show, but you haven't allowed me the space to talk. How is that fair? How is that educating your audience? You haven't given me the
No,
space
I don't need to
teach
I
or
don't need
talk.
to educate my audience. I just use the law.
So you are
I've shown you.
so you
No,
already
hold
got
on,
all the
turning you
answers,
down
Danny.
again. You're going off again. This is what the really thing that really gets me. I don't even notice this, Queen Akama, but this he's trying to prove that they've got this law where they're registered with the SEC, and that he's using the law, the 506C law.
Yep. I bring that up in my video too. Yep.
Yep. And in here, I basically asked him whether he's licensed to promote or discuss securities. And after a long-winded 20-minute, half-an-hour conversation, he had to say no. Now I said, what capacity are you promoting BG Wealth? Are you an advisor, promoter, recruiter? And he comes under educator, which isn't listed. And then I said, well, if you are registered, let's just play that game with the SEC. How do you verify that people are accredited investors? Because that's part of the requirements of having that law, 506C. And he couldn't answer those questions. But he says because it's crypto, he doesn't need to be. And I said, well, then, so what's the point of having this 506 law then? If you're going to use that to give you clout, then you're not using that law in the way it's intended. And you're going back to being an educator, a theory. This is like listening to a cult and saying that you just have to have belief and you don't have to have any proof.
That's exactly what it is.
It's a freaking cult. And then I ask them for proof that their leader, God, Jehovah, is real. And they go, do you know if Donald Trump is real? And then what they do once we get them in a corner, they start insulting us personally, claiming that we're doing this for clicks. I mean, what next can they come up with?
But I do know Donald Trump is real because I can look up an internet history of him. And I can look up actual documents that state that he exists as a person like a birth certificate and stuff. I can't do that with Stephen Beard. None of it exists. He doesn't even have a LinkedIn that has his work history on it.
Yeah. So
he
let's
literally does not exist before this scam.
Okay, are y'all gonna let me? Are y'all gonna let me speak?
Shut up, mate. Can you just shut up? Now I'm going to give him 10 minutes to do the talking, and he can tell us anything he likes. What do you think?
Sounds good, but I feel like we're just going to get the pitch.
Yeah, here we go.
No, you're not gonna get the pitch. Okay. So when I decided to join BG and DSJ, I wanted a special purpose vehicle that really focused on serving people and helping people. I've been in the financial space for a long time. I used to own a mortgage company. I've seen investment.
Oh, and let me tell you, the next thing you're going to say, you used to sleep on the streets.
You told me 10
minutes.
You're
going to say the same shit with you every day, mate. You're just going to say that you were living on the streets and you were homeless, and then you found BG Wealth. We've heard all this bullshit before.
Can I continue? Can I continue? Okay. So when I was invited to join BG, I rejected. I said, no, I don't want to be part of a system unless I know it has long-term efficacy of success, because ordinary people gets hurt. When people do these pyramid schemes, they scam people and the people on top receive all of the funds and people at the bottom are left hanging. And I don't believe in that because it goes against my ethical practice. Okay? I have certain code of ethics that do not compromise. Okay, whether you choose to believe that or not, Danny, means nothing to me. So when I first joined, I said, let me do some due diligence. And what I saw, I was born in West Africa. When I saw people going into villages and feeding at villages, I wanted to know how they was making this happen. And they were using their phones, and they were going back to their villages where no resources was accessible. And this is not just in that country, it was in different countries. And I knew people personally that was leveraging this platform to make a difference in their families' lives. I said, okay, I'm going to take this a little bit more serious now. Yes, there's more. There are the villages in the Philippines. There are villages in the Philippines. There were villages in Africa. There was villages in. Listen again. Can we continue? Can I continue, please?
I think it's a valid question. Somebody's asking
no, it's
you
not
the
a
name of the
valid
village.
question.
They had.
Okay.
What's the name of the villages?
Can I finish?
Your flowery story
specific to the villages. So specific to the villages wasn't identified. But listen. They have pictures to say they're going back to the villages. They show pictures of the villages. Danny, I've lived in a village. I know what a village looks like.
You may not,
but I know what a village looks like.
I want to know
it's irrelevant because
no, I asked you for the name of the village.
I will come back next time and get the
basic question.
Are you going to allow me to finish? Because you're manipulating my information now. Y'all manipulating
it's your story. I'm asking you to verify your story.
No, I told you I came in and I saw these people based on them confirming that they were taking pictures.
Villages in Africa, damn it, that's all.
He's got Filipinos in Africa.
How about this? Okay, Boompe. Do you know Boompe? Have you been to Boompe?
Yes, I have.
Okay, thank you. Moving on. Okay, let's move on. Where's Boompe?
Is that the name of the village in Cambodia?
Yes, the village is Boompe.
That's a town, mate.
Exactly. Wrong. Moving on. Wrong. Let's move on. It's irrelevant to the name of the village. Let's move on. So continuing, what I saw was people making a difference in villages where there's no hope in those places. And I said, there's something here. And I got excited about that. So I said, well, what about this country? I have served this country. I've seen areas where banks do not go to. Financial institution does not support. The government does not support. Education system is all out of whack. How do we, the people, take charge and make a difference in the world?
Oh, my God, mate. You haven't mentioned anything about BG Wealth being a legitimate company yet. You're telling us a bloody story that's made out of bullshit. No, we're sick of your stupid story. Tell us that BG Wealth, prove to us that BG Wealth is real. That's what we asked. You're making up a stupid story about hardship people from one country needing a financial thingy. Now, answer the questions we asked you, and we'll let you talk for 10 minutes.
No,
You've got 10 minutes to tell us why BG Wealth is a real company. Otherwise, you're just talking through the hole in your head.
You said you will let me talk. If you allow me to talk, I will let you know how I came in and how I've been successful in BG.
No. Listen to me. You need to tell me why BG Wealth is a real company. I don't care about your hardship story. I don't care about your why.
I love you, man.
I want proof.
Danny.
I want proof,
Danny,
and you
breathe.
won't give it. You can't handle the proof.
Breathe, Danny, breathe, Danny. You got this. You got this, man. Love is
Tell
the
me
answer.
why it's
So as
real. I want to know why it's real.
I know, Danny. I know you do. So anyway, to
You
continue,
10
when I
minutes.
joined BG, I started with $500, and I wanted to prove that
This
I
isn't
wasn't going to
proving it's
recruit nobody.
real. This isn't proving it's real. Give us it's real.
Danny,
$500 into
Danny.
a Ponzi scheme is not real. Tell us it's real.
Danny.
Tell us why it's real.
Danny, okay. So
We need the emotional manipulation first for it to land, Danny. Come on.
if you allow me,
I don't want to know about your grandmother.
and
I don't want to know about your son. I don't want to know about your family on the canoe. I want to know what BG wealth is real.
Then you don't want to know about BG because BG is about family. BG is about community. BG is about supporting.
Shit. The FMA does not talk about families in their warnings. The 11 different countries don't talk about families in their warnings. I want to know why BG wealth is real. I want to know where Stephen Beard is.
You're so excited. You're so excited. Okay,
because you can't.
So as I
because
said,
it's a Ponzi scheme.
Let me get into the technical. So I know. Listen, I teach mathematics and I understand the rules of how math work and how numbers work.
I have a calculator.
Okay.
I have a calculator. I don't need mathematics. 7 times 7, 49. Oh my God.
So
11, 144.
You got an AI, you got a calculator. You're well equipped. I love it. I love it. So anyway, moving forward. So
don't give me Auntie Mary. I don't want to know about Auntie Mary.
I'm trying to explain to you now. I started with $500.
Recognized it as a fake platform they use to trick people with Ponzi schemes into believing
which platform
that
is
it's a
fake?
real cryptocurrency.
Both of them.
Which platform is fake?
Why do they change their domain names every 10 minutes?
BG Wealth, the DSJ exchange.
Okay. So there you go. You see again, that is part of this. That's part of the misinformation. BG and DSJ is two different companies. If you allow me. Oh my goodness! Y'all don't want to learn. If you're given a space to share the information. We don't want to be gaslighted.
We don't want to be gaslighted.
You're not being.
We don't want to be gaslighted. We want the truth.
But Danny, I made you a deal. I said,
you haven't made me a deal. Why is there a website?
I will come out of my. No, listen. I said I will come out of my pocket. I will invest the $1,000 so you have nothing coming out of your pocket.
I don't want your money. It's blood money, mate. There's their website address in the chat room. Tell me why that changes every day. Tell me why their website address is bg911.cc today, and tomorrow it will be a different website address.
Do you want to know why? Do you want to? Can I answer that question?
I don't want to know about your grandmother in the answer.
Okay, hold on. Let me answer that question. The answer is because we have jackasses like you that's reporting the website.
Yes,
that's the reason.
And why do they get taken down?
And the jackasses
because they're not doing anything wrong. How come Donald Trump doesn't get his website removed?
So when jackasses like you shut the website down, you don't have access to the actual DSG account. These are just merits accounts.
We don't do that.
No, hold on. Hold on a second. I don't appreciate that. I don't work for any of these internet companies, and neither does Danny. So even if we report your site, they won't shut down your site and stop taking money from you unless they see you're doing something wrong after they investigate you.
How about this? I don't have a you guys went after y'all went after my site. Y'all went after my site. Listen, y'all went after my site, and I sent all the legal documents to the legal department, and my site was up in 24 hours. So I shared them.
Well, that's a lie because we haven't gone after your site. What site is it?
My site went down because I was told that I was reported as having scam, and I was told that
what website address is it? What website address is it?
BG Graceful Wealth. It was BG Graceful Wealth, which was one of the main sites that had information about BG. So I contacted the compliance department, the legal department, and I sent all of the documents.
Oh, so are you allowed to have your own website?
I do not rip off. I have not taken a dime.
What is it? BG Wealth what?
So how do you assume that?
Hey, can you type it in the chat room?
How do you assume we're ripping off people when we don't take no money from nobody?
Because you're not a regulated.
Your platform is taking money from them. What are you talking about?
Yeah,
is that
the platform does not take money from people.
You do?
The exchange is the same.
No.
He's trying to. He's trying to claim. Hold on, I'll shut him up for that.
That's exactly what it is.
He's trying
to mental gymnastics. I don't play those games.
He's claiming
All right, I
that
don't play those games.
he's
Your
claiming that
platform is telling people that they have to
exchange is a
invest
different
money
website.
into it. That is taking their money. I don't care if you're not
Again.
directly putting it in your pocket. That is the exact same thing. I'm not here to play
That is
semantics.
wrong.
I'm not here to get gaslit by you. I'm not
Oh
here
my
to play
God.
your stupid
No.
little games.
Yeah.
I'm not here to get pitched to. And
Y'all
I don't
have some
wanna
anger issues. Y'all,
support
we maybe we need
your
to
we're
address the
we're
anger
the
issue that you
best.
guys are doing.
We're the
Y'all got
best
some no.
scam
Y'all got some
fighters.
anger
I'm
issues.
a
Oh, shut him up
consumer
again.
protection
Oh,
advocate. That's my
we
issue.
are
And
we
you
are the
running
best
a
scam fighters on the planet when it comes to shutting down multi-level marketing. You've got two of us on the room here. You still haven't answered some basic questions. We want you to prove that Stephen Beard is real, and you're telling us that this website's not responsible for all the money. You just offered me $1,000 to put into an account, and you told me that that money wasn't coming from you personally. It was coming from funds that you had within the app. So you're using app money to create an account for me, and then you want me to believe the system for 6 months, and then you're going to prove that it's genuine because I'll theoretically be able to withdraw my money in 6 months. And that's all the evidence I actually need to believe this platform's real. You've
Why do I
tried
have
to
to
tell
wait
us.
6 months?
I don't know. Oh, we'll have to ask him. I'll turn him back up again. Why do I have to wait 6 months before I can take the money out? Why can't I take the $1,000 that you give me for the account and take it out straight away? Answer that question.
Because okay, perfect. That's a great question. Are you gonna let me answer it, or are you gonna jump in again and interrupt? Okay. The reason I said I want you to trade it because you said it was impossible to earn any type of income of that caliber over a short period of time, like 6 months. So I said, when you come in, you don't have to recruit a single person. You're going to trade your account. That's all you're going to do. And in 6 months, you can pull out 6,000, which is 6 times the amount. I will put up the $1,000. You will trade. You will make $6,000, and you can do whatever you want to do with it. Then and only then we can really talk about what BG is as far as the trading. Because I can show you everything in the system. I can show you what we're actually trading. We're trading futures. We're trading. And if you don't understand futures, maybe you have to go understand futures in the crypto space as well as in the public domain. We trade futures against USDT against BTC. We predict the direction of BTC. Okay. And we're leveraging a very powerful tool, leveraging AI, which is rare in the financial space. And we've been given access to do that in this
It's not
space.
rare, actually.
So,
Everyone's doing that
okay.
right now.
Okay, everyone is doing it. So now we can get some other people are doing it, but we have strategically aligned how to reach regular people. We have 98-year-old grandmothers in here that for the first time have retirement in their personal bank account, not in BG, in their personal bank account. We have thousands of people personally that I have brought in out of my own pocket that have money in their personal bank account. This is not because they brought in people. It's because I educated them how to copy and paste a simple signal in order to align them to go into a trade. I educate them about the crypto space. I educate them why this space is very important for them to be within at this moment in time. So my
So
my
that's
whole
how you
purpose is
trade in the crypto
education.
space, right? Is you copy and paste links into
So no,
the
no, no,
DSK
no. We have an
exchange.
AI. Okay, so we
You're
have
not
an
using
AI.
AI.
Okay, okay.
Hey,
Okay.
can I withdraw my
We have
$1,000,
an
Queen
AI
Akama?
that
What,
has high
can you?
level of.
Hold it quiet, because you don't answer the questions.
You can
I'm
withdraw your
just turning you down. There he goes down. So can I withdraw my $1,000 if he puts it in there?
No. Apparently we have to wait to see.
Oh, okay. I'm glad you got the answer to
And
that
then he
question.
just started telling me about all these 97-year-olds that have lots of money in their bank accounts.
Oh my God. Okay. And that's called elderly abuse and taking advantage of 401ks. So that's going to be a fun one. That's 30 years in prison, isn't it? If you go after elderly money, that's elderly abuse. In America, you go to prison for 30 years per case. That's why Bernie Madoff got 150 years in prison, because he went after people's retirement funds. Okay, let's what other questions should we ask him before we turn him back up again? Was he still in a rant?
I think you've been firm and clear. If you want to give him one last shot, just ask directly.
I forgot
You
that
show
AI
us.
was-
Okay, here she goes. What question should I ask him, ChatGPT?
I'd keep it simple. Ask for real, independently verifiable evidence. Say, where is a licensed regulator or external audit confirming BG Wealth Sharing's legitimacy?
Thank you. You're a darling. Love you lots.
Perfect. Okay.
Beauty.
Okay. So I've sent that to you. I've sent to the DSJ SEC regulations documentation. I
Yeah,
already sent that to you.
but you're
You
not
have
using
that.
them though, mate. You're not using them though. That's the dumb thing. Because if you
I'm
were,
not using
then
it.
you'd need to have proof. You'd have to verify your investors if you were using that. That's what we've come up with.
So can I explain the investor piece? Can I explain the investor piece?
Also, the
Okay.
DSJ
So
exchange
what?
is also not registered under the lady that owns it either.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. DSJ trades about $50 billion, and
No.
they have multiple
That's not the
different other
answer to the
international
question. It
partners.
doesn't matter if it's a dollar. The what Queen of Karma just said is a very valid point that you just skimmed over. Can you say it again so he can hear it? Because he's a bit deaf.
Yes, I said the
What
woman
about?
who claims that she owns and has registered the DSJ exchange also does not have that company registered under her name. Similar to how
What
Stephen
woman?
Beard claims
What woman?
that he
What woman?
registered the company. The one that
What
owns
woman?
what do you mean, what woman? Do you not
Tell
know
me
who
her
owns
name. What's her
this?
name? No, you see, you just making up stories because it
No.
sounds like it
We
sounds.
can hold
It's
it.
a good narrative. What
That's
is
a
her name?
pretty. That's
Are you
a
gonna?
strong.
Yeah,
We'll find
ask
it.
ChatGPT. Go ahead, ask ChatGPT. What's her name? Because ChatGPT is giving you all the answers, which is exciting. I love it.
We've gone to the
ChatGPT is your
documents.
all be all.
Hey, I'm going to turn you
Oh,
down
first of
again.
all,
mate.
are
I'll
you?
turn you down here for a minute here because other people might be listening to this. Now, we have actually used their documents and gone and researched the names on the documents that they're proving that they've got these licenses and company registrations. And it's not the same as Stephen Beard. That's what you're saying, Queenie Karma. So he can use those same
Yeah, and it's
documents.
also not the lady who they claim is the owner of the company. So that was very confusing.
Yeah. It would have
And
been
I just don't
Stephen.
know why all these CEOs claim that they have registered this company under their name, but it's always registered under some name of some guy that has run like 17 scams that have all been shut down.
So would it be fair to say, did you hear that joke about the AI that went in to sign the registration details for his company? No, it doesn't exist. That's why he couldn't sign them.
Google.
Oh, look, mate,
Registration agent.
look, I'm going to turn you off again. Look, you can sit here and blame AI. You can sit here and blame me because I can't read and write. You can sit here and blame everyone else, but we've asked you some very basic questions. And the question that you really should be answering is, have they had their company audited? And is there any verifiable truth, that any verifiable evidence to prove that they're doing real trading? And if you're going to say that you're ticking all the boxes, then there's some major boxes that haven't been ticked in my simple questioning. I can't make my questions any more basic than that. We've done 2-hour videos proving every aspect of this company is a fraud, and all you do is start telling us about some village in Africa with Filipinos in it that you say that you've been to that you can't name as a story, your spiel, your story that's going to convince me that this is real, because this is an emotional decision. And this is, the whole company is about emotion and belief. And the everybody that promotes BG Wealth is about building trust with people. And every Ponzi scheme and scam that we have investigated over the last 5 years is all about referrals and referring people in your family and your friends into it. And that's why people follow people off the cliff. And every single Ponzi scheme and scam that myself and Queen of Karma has investigated has actually fallen over or never made any money or never actually stood by the claims that they were making. Now, I've already shut down a $328 million Ponzi scheme in Florida, but Hyperverse was the last big, massive scam. That was a $1.9 billion scam. America charged Sam Lee in connection to that. The money's all gone. Everyone lost all the money. I'm the one that listens to those people on the phone call who said, I thought it was real. A friend of mine told me to invest, and now that the whole system's been locked up, can you help me get my money back? And the same people like you disappear when this scam falls over. And mark my words, in the next week or month, this scam is going to fall over and you're going to disappear. But I'm going to have your name on record.
Danny, you have not done anything. You're not a man of your words, Danny. You have manipulated this
Can
conversation
you
from the
back that
beginning.
up? Can you back that up, what you just said? I'm not a
Yes, you
man
are
of my word.
manipulating.
You give me an example. Now, hold it.
You're not a man of
Extraordinary
your word.
claims. Hold it. Listen here, Mo. If I can turn you down.
I literally show
I
you
can
in
turn
my
you
video
down.
how I got all of the information. So you cannot say that I manipulated a thing. I walk you through my entire investigation so that people like you cannot say that I manipulated something.
Yep. And extraordinary claims require extraordinary evidence. If you're saying that we are manipulating people, then what are you doing? What are you doing? You're telling me a story about some African tribe and hardship. You're trying to have an emotional connection with me.
Filipino African tribe, Danny. Don't
and
forget it.
And then when you don't get what you like, you go after us personally. And you tell me I'm doing this for clicks on YouTube, but you will fail to answer the basic questions. We have done this here, this certificate here. Look, listen to this. I hope this is clear. Let's have a listen.
The U.S. Security and Exchange Commission, BG Wealth Sharing Limited, is actually not registered with them. I repeat, they are not registered.
You can see it right there. Not currently registered. This is the SEC's website. So you are telling me that they are registered?
Danny, do you know how to read? Because I see
No, I
AI
don't.
is doing all your heavy lifting for you.
Oh,
That's not AI.
This is
That's
on the
literally me going to the registrar, looking it up directly on the SEC website. That's what that is. So I don't know how you can say that that's AI. It even has the number of the company there.
Look at it. It's on the screen. This is not
It's
AI.
the one you gave us, by the way.
So on the screen, when I send Danny the link, that Danny shows the Form D. That is not the Form D that I sent Danny. So if we're going to look at facts, let's go to the Form D that I sent you, Danny.
Okay,
Yours
answer
is
the
a
question.
fraudulent document.
Yeah, yours is not the real document.
It's a fraudulent document that you're sending around.
Yeah. Now, are you telling me that they are SEC approved and registered? Is that what you're telling us? Now, I'm going to turn you back up now. I'm turning you down because you're over-talking us and we can't have a conversation. We've yelled at each other, which I've quite enjoyed, to be honest. But this screenshot here...
Also, the SEC doesn't work with these companies.
Yeah.
Being registered doesn't mean that they work with them. It just means that you registered your securities.
It's like having a car registration, but you use your car to drive through an office building and kill people. It doesn't mean because your car's registered, you're authorized to drive like an idiot.
It doesn't legitimize a thing.
Yeah.
Tons of scams get registered with the SEC.
It misleads people.
Narcissistic. They say you are a narcissistic asshole.
What's your point?
And that's what somebody told me about you, Danny. And I'm trying to prove them wrong.
Was that my mother?
They told me Danny is a narcissistic asshole that don't care about
go
the
after
facts.
me personally. I haven't mentioned anything about you, and you bring let's bring up your website.
So no, I'm sharing that with you. I say I want to talk to Danny. I'm going to reach out to Danny because I know Danny will allow me the space to be able to share the information.
Let me show people what you do for work, eh?
What do I do for work, Danny?
Oh, show people. We'll show people that how
I don't
you
understand because we show you the actual SEC website showing that it's not registered, and then you claim that your document showing that it is registered proves that Danny and I are lying.
No, that's not what I told Danny. I said, Danny, there's two aspects of the SEC. There's registration and there's exemption. We're on the exemption path. I've said that multiple times.
And you did not get approved.
There is an exemption
you didn't get approved for that. It's just
yes, they did get approved.
That you keep sending.
So I sent Danny the same form that Fidelity filled out, Wells Fargo, BlackRock, all of them have the same Form D with the same 506C. I sent it to Danny, but you're not interested in the facts.
Yeah, they got accepted. Your company did not get accepted to get that exemption.
Where is the evidence that it's not getting accepted and theirs got accepted?
Yeah, but you're operating already. You've got 700,000 clients. You can't operate a business without having the proper. You haven't been accepted, and you won't get accepted. That's not AI. That's just common sense.
So you have an acceptance letter, is what you're telling me.
No,
Not the
I
form we've
said
already
that.
seen of them
Oh my goodness!
applying.
Oh my
No,
goodness.
You
no,
have a
oh my
letter from the
goodness.
SEC
Listen to what we're
that
saying.
says
You guys are
being
operating from
vetted.
ignorance. You are
We'll shut you
operating from
down.
ignorance, not
We'll
facts.
shut you down, mate. And we're going to name and shame anyone who's in this, because you guys are the bottom feeders on the planet. You're going after elderly people's
Are you
money.
sure
You're
it's not you,
predators.
Danny? Are
What am
you
I
sure
doing?
it's not
Well,
you, Danny?
extraordinary claims require evidence.
You're
Give me some
manipulating
evidence.
people so you can have a platform.
Oh,
So you can
I've
have
been
a
doing it for
platform
5 years, mate.
entertainment
I've
purposes.
failed at it. I would be better if I was after the money, mate. I would be better off running a scam.
Man, you charging $85 for people to talk to you, Danny. Shame
No,
on you,
100.
Danny.
It's $100
Shame
to
on
talk to me.
you.
And those same people are
Exactly.
trying to
Because
figure out how to
that's how
get their
you create value.
$100,000. Those same people are trying to get their
Okay, but I know.
$100,000 back.
I
Eh?
don't charge anything for people to talk to me.
She's free. Maybe you
And
should.
I'm
You
one
make
of
some
the
money.
ones that did most of the research about this.
Yep.
So
I would like to, Danny, I would like to be in contact with your co-host because she seemed more rational than you. And
Yep.
if you want, I would like to go on. I would like you to join me on Zoom, me and you. I will present all of the documents so you can see it behind the scene if you're willing to be educated. And
Mate,
after you've gotten the
I
call
would
with me and see it
rather,
without
I would rather
see how Danny
shoot
Danny
myself in the face.
is what Danny does. I'm not interested in
but
working with
my
Danny because
thing is
Danny have
that
made up a
I've
decision.
already
He's not
seen
interested.
the documents. I don't understand
No.
why
You
you're
have not. You don't
refusing to
understand the
accept.
documents, or you may not understand the scope of everything.
Okay.
Give me
Excuse
20
me, I've
minutes
been
of your
speaking out
time.
against these for 6 years, longer than you've been in this thing for.
Yeah. And
You said
okay.
what?
That's interesting. She's been in
I've
it
been in the
longer.
financial space for listen.
No,
I was licensed.
How long has BG
as
Wealth been going for? How long has BG Wealth been going for?
4 years.
Oh, bullshit. If you put $5,000
Oh, bullshit.
in.
You don't even know. You don't have no facts.
Hey,
Bullshit. You don't know no facts.
yeah, well, if
I know
that's the
somebody.
case,
I
there are a
know
lot of-
bank accounts. I know bank accounts. I know bank accounts who started with $500.
Show us.
I got,
Show us one
okay.
that's. Show us somebody that invested 4 years ago and put $500 in, and show us their balance now.
Well, I can show you mine, but you're not
Okay.
worth it.
No. It's not that I'm not worth it. It's that
Because
you can't prove
I'm
it.
just telling you.
No,
I'm just
no,
telling
listen
you. No,
to
I
this.
can prove it.
I'm
I
going
can
to
prove.
turn you down again. All right. So this guy is telling us that this company's been going for 4 years, and he's going to show us his bank account, but I'm not worth it apparently. But if he has been going for 4 years, or they've been going for 4 years, show us one person that deposited $500 and hyper compounded it. They would be a multi-millionaire now. Where does the money come from?
Also, what documents does he have? Because I've seen all of the documents that Stephen Beard and everyone else has posted for this company that we've gone through in my video. Plus, I've looked on the actual registration for every state and country and area that they claim that they were registered with, right?
Yep.
And I've actually seen the actual documents, and I've seen the documents from the SEC.
And you know his argument to
I don't
that?
know what documents he would be able to show me that would be different than that would change my mind. Because they don't give this. They don't give diploma documents like this.
Yep. So he will say, because we've already listened to him enough to know exactly what he will say, Queen of Karma, and he will say that you don't understand. And everybody I've seen invest in any of these Ponzi schemes and scams that have lost their money said, I never understood what they're on about, because confusion is how they weaponize these platforms.
Mm-hmm.
And he's going to explain these to you. Now, Chinese Whispers explains these to you, and by the time you get to the end of the queue, it's going to have a different story. But these certificates are one-on-one. These are put on their website to give proof that they have gone through and ticked every box and done everything. These don't need.
What is this?
These do not need interpretation.
That's not a certificate.
Look, Australia.
This isn't even a thing.
So the last company certificate that I did for New Zealand was a company called prime10.co. And if you go to their website now, it doesn't exist. They had a certificate as a New Zealand company, and they used number 1 Victoria Street as their address. Mm-hmm. They were a 12-story building. So I rang up the company office and said, why did you let this company register when they don't even have a proper address and it looks like a 2-year-old signed the document. He said, well, we've got to go through the process of checking them out. And they did that. And they said, we'll send them a letter. And I said, but you've got no address. And they said, and also the person that was on the thing doesn't exist. And they go, oh, but, and I go, no, so you just need to take that off the company record straight away. So as soon as I went back to this company here, Prime 10, and told them that they don't actually exist, they banned everyone from New Zealand for seeing this company certificate here. So if this company was going to use this certificate to give them credibility, then why did they block the website from visibility in New Zealand? Oh, not that one. Hold it. You know what I'm saying? So these certificates mean, I've done it again. It's just .co. So now they blocked me from visiting this website.
Yeah.
But everywhere else in the world, this company's still promoting itself as a credible company because they're registered in New Zealand. They've been struck off in New Zealand now. But it took 3 months. And these companies, anybody, this is $140, you can actually register a company. That's how stupid it is. So, you know, you can imagine, I'm just going to bring that up. So, you know, sitting here telling everyone, okay, so here's Prime 10, just using this as an example. Now, where are they? Somewhere along here, they've got their certificate, additional company information. Yeah, so they're number 1 Victoria Street, which doesn't exist. They have, you know, the company hasn't even got a corporate structure. And if you go and look in the proper New Zealand company office, what was it? NZ company office. I just want to use this as a point. And you search for here, they've now been struck off. But the FMA took 2 months to put out a warning about this company. And now that company's been removed. But right. So if you search for this company on the internet, you'll find they're still taking deposits from people for investment opportunities. That's what these companies do. There's an example.
We see them all the time.
Yeah. Anyway, let's let our fun guy
Danny,
talk. I think he was talking to himself. Here we go. He's back
Can
on
I
now.
speak?
Just not about African villages with Filipinos in
Danny,
them. Okay?
we're not really communicating, Danny. You're being grossly disrespectful. So how about you
Mate,
come on my platform where I have some control?
You do not deserve the respect of anybody on the planet. You're a bottom feeder.
Okay, I'll take that. I'll take that because you know something. I'm going to give you grace. I'm going to give you love and compassion.
Here's the thing, though, sir. Here's the thing. We play your guys' videos on our channels. You're acting as if we don't share your words or Stephen Beard's words with our audience, and like we're hiding things from our audience and twisting things, and you're claiming all of this about us. But you have less proof for that about us than we do that this thing is a scam.
So what if you're wrong?
I'm just confused.
We're not wrong.
What if you're wrong?
We are not
I'm asking,
wrong.
what if you're wrong?
Because Australia can't be wrong. Tonga can't be wrong. UK can't be wrong.
That's what they said about on passive, and then the SEC shut it down.
Bitcoin.
This has nothing to do with Bitcoin. This has nothing to do with Bitcoin.
It was illegal.
No,
it was all over, and individuals like you was
promoting
this is nothing to do with
Bitcoin or crypto. You're just stealing.
So at the end of the day.
So I don't know what
so here's the thing. I'm bringing it up because people can easily be manipulated out of ignorance, and that's what Danny is doing. Danny is manipulating people out of ignorance.
What are you doing?
And at the end of the day, I'm asking you to give me
proof.
access to speak.
Give me proof that I'm manipulating people.
You said you were going to give me 10 minutes. And into my conversation, you shut me off.
But you were not talking about the village people. I don't want to know about the village people. It doesn't matter what I talk
about. I had 10 minutes. to narrate my story.
I don't want to waste your 10 minutes. The 10 minutes was given to you.
That was my 10 minutes.
That was my 10 minutes. I'm turning you off.
That was my...
He won't listen to us because he's yelling, right? He's gone now. But he's got 10 minutes to give us the proof. Oh, we gave him 10 minutes to talk about it.
I had to come on here. Because I couldn't believe that, like, okay, I don't understand here are the documents. We're showing you that the documents that Stephen Beard says are real are not real. We're showing, like, I show you that it's not registered under him. Even on that Form D, by the way, it's not in his name. So I'm just like, I don't understand why you would trust in a company that claims that they are being run by somebody. And then when you look up the information for that company, none of the registration or anything else is under that person's name. It's not under a financial advisor of theirs. It's not under a lawyer of theirs. It's under some other random person you've never heard about. And that person has had a bunch of scams shut down because you can see the history of all of their past like businesses. And it was that over and over and over again. And we kept trying to find Stephen Beard and find like the end of this chain of people. And it just goes from registration to registration to registration. Just like these crypto scams go from wallet to wallet to wallet. You know what I'm saying? And like they don't exist. And then the website is registered in Cambodia. And it's just a lot of like, we can't actually fact check anything or that any of this does exist. So why would you then put $500 into that?
Because your friend told you to. And my friend did it.
I mean? Like, it's like,
it's ridiculous. And it's just, like, it's frustrating, to absolutely think that's, I mean, every, like what gets me is every numpty out there, often if they can't win the argument, not that we're here to just argue, they go after personal attacks. That's the only can't answer the questions. And so it just gets ridiculous. And it's just, I don't even know how to.
It looks like I should have to come to your pitch. I've heard the pitch. I've listened to several videos of Stephen Beard's and a bunch of the other people in this. You and I have crashed a couple of Zoom meetings of people in this. Like, I've heard it over and over and over again. How many pitches do I have to hear before I'm allegedly going to believe in this thing? And if we're only depending on people emotionally manipulating you into believing in something, that's a red flag.
It's just absolutely ridiculous. The reasoning, yeah. I don't even know how to do that. I think we might need to change. I don't know. What do you think? I just think this is crazy. So this guy here wants to promote it. I want to stick his head down here. I just don't want his shoulders. Do we put his head here? Dear. So this guy, he wants to believe that BG wealth sharing is the real deal. What is his argument, though? I mean, I don't actually get his argument. His argument to me was emotional.
To say that he said that there was Filipino villages in Africa that had saved their villages. And then when I asked him to name one, he said, did he say Mumbai?
I thought he actually said something.
That's not true.
It sounded like somewhere in Cambodia to me.
And then
I could be wrong.
I don't even know. I was just very confused because that's not even true. And then he brought up that he made a lot of money in it and that 97-year-old grandmas can make a lot of money in it and that he's teaching them about crypto. So that must mean something in some way.
Hold it. What have we got? Hold it one second. Is it going to work? It's not going to work. I want to build a YouTube description.
Like, what return is 60%? Like, it's just ridiculous.
But
like,
if they can't even.
Too good to be true. Guess what, guys? Like, what do we say about that? Everyone on here that speaks out about these things, if it sounds too good to be true, it is too good to be. Like, that's a ridiculous amount.
Yeah. So what's the harm of being involved in this, at the end of the day? Like, why wouldn't you have a flutter? Because if people are making $500, like, obviously clawbacks and things like that, or recruiting friends, losing your friends and family could be,
You also don't know what you're supporting. You
yeah,
don't know what your money is going into, for all you know. I mean, like I said, we have traced this to Cambodia. We've traced it to some seedy places.
yeah.
I just, wouldn't trust that this isn't some kind of money laundering or human trafficking or even something that a lot of people don't realize, but a lot of these crypto scams is what is actually helping fund the war in Gaza right now.
Mm,
All of
mm.
the fucking genocide happening right now is getting funded by a lot of scams like this. So if you're against those things happening, just maybe stay away from these things for a while. Especially when we can't trace it to somebody that owns the damn thing.
And if it was
Like even
legitimate,
on passive, Ash Mufara, I could find his history. If I
yeah,
can't
yeah.
find anything, that is even more worrisome. And you guys know on passive, Victory with Ash is a scam, right? And we found out he was lying about his. So think of like not having one at all. You can find my history online all the way back until I'm in like my 20s.
Yeah. Yeah, well, yeah, well, I've been very public on the internet. Not many people like us, unusual, and I even had people knock on my door offering me money, who previously
That's
offered
what
me
I
a,
mean, though. It's
you
like
know,
if you don't have nothing to hide because you
mm,
just made normal human error in your life and you've
mm,
never, and I've done 2 MLMs, but I'm not going to hide that. I use that in my
yeah. Well, I used to be part
work
of
now.
I expose religious cults, but I've actually been in a religious cult before.
That can get really, really difficult. I even have difficult time, and I didn't really grow up in a cult. I just
Yeah.
grew up in an interesting
Oh,
situation.
oh well, Queen of Karma, you can't really knock cults until you've been in one. Maybe you should get in one
Oh,
before you
I've
can have an
been in
opinion.
cults.
All right, but
Oh,
you know
don't
what?
worry, I've been in
This
cults.
is what people tell
Just
me.
my
They tell me
growing up situation wasn't
I
as
can't give my 10 cents worth about this scam unless I've actually been in a scam previously. That's my point.
I know. Well, that's the thing is that it's like you have to join this in order to understand it. Well, that also makes no sense.
Yeah,
I don't have
yeah.
to join anything else first in order to understand it. What do you mean?
Mm.
Right? Like, would you join anything else and put your money into anything else without understanding it first?
Yeah, but it has to be complicated. It can't be straightforward. You know what I'm saying? I
Yeah, and
mean,
everyone's just so dumb. And Stephen Beard and this jackoff from today are just the most intelligent people in the whole world. And they have a secret key that nobody else has. Blah, blah,
mm,
blah, 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 blah. We're
mm.
millionaires. Well, then why are you here arguing with me if you're a millionaire? Why aren't you on a yacht somewhere,
Oh,
sir?
now there is a really big question too, is why do they need my money? If this platform is the best thing since sliced bread, why do they need my money to drive it?
Exactly.
Yeah, they don't. They could just use in-house money, to do it. So now let's update this here to
It
today's
is. They
picture.
actually tell you that it's mainly from recruiting too. Because,
Mm,
like, the way that they explain it, they don't ever explain the trades. You heard them. The trade is always you copy and paste a link into the AI and then it automatically does it for you. So all
mm.
they do in all of these stupid Zoom meetings is talk about how much money they are making, how great Stephen Beard is, and then basically how you recruit people.
I don't think that's funny though. I mean, you did right, because what they do is they sit here and they tell you success stories all the day. I don't know why they don't tell us trading stories. Like today we did a
Yeah,
trade
like
with,
why aren't we hearing about the time that Buddy put in $25,000 and then, oh my God, 3 days later it went up to this and then it went down to that. Like people that are doing legitimate trading would be able to do that, right?
Well, imagine it.
This
It would
is
be
just
really
a
interesting.
fake
Is
system.
we took the 700,000 people that are connected to BG Wealth, and we decided that we were going to trade on, pink apples. And we entered the market at this point, and within 3 days, we actually made this much money. And that enabled us to pay $700,000 out, or 700,000 people their dividends for this month, and that would be great, but no, we need some person that recruited 50,000 people into it. Hold it, this has been naughty. Hold it. Please build me a description between 4,700 characters and 5,000 characters. I cannot use long descriptions like this. I'm going to get criticized because look, he's using AI. But this isn't just AI.
They're using AI.
I know.
So what is he talking about?
But this is cleverer
The
than
AI
AI.
has turned on them.
Because this is a whole thread of the whole conversation that I've had with this individual. And then I've put it all into AI. And every time you think I sat here and typed out my answer, I asked for a logical response to the claims that he was making. And AI uses the data from millions of different resources. And it come back and I read the information and I thought that I couldn't have written that bit better myself. And now I get criticized because I didn't sit here and research this for weeks on end. I literally spent 5 minutes of that responding to his shit.
I did research it for weeks on end, and I didn't use AI for my research. I've said it before. I don't use AI. I show you guys how I do my research. There's even a couple times where I look up things that aren't true, and I show you guys, and I say, I thought that it might be this, but it wasn't this because of this, and then we get back on track because I wanted to show the actual progression of how we look into these things. We don't just come out here, listen to one Zoom call, and then go, oh my God, this thing's a scam, and then call it a day. We look up all of the registrations. We look up the history of anyone that's involved and at the top, anyone that's promoting. We try to find their backgrounds. You know that me and the Recovering Hunbot love to trace people's backgrounds and all the scams they've been in, if you've been on my channel for a while.
And this the lady we started this meeting off with.
I love that.
The meeting, we started off today with a lady called Lee Meadows, and I was trying to find information on her, and I was going to do it live because she's been promoting Kangen water. So as soon as I hear that she's so as soon as I hear that she's been promoting that,
is really big though on covering Kangen water. They've actually been giving her privacy strikes though on her channel.
So my point is that everyone that promotes this scam has got a shady history.
It's very scammy, and half of them are in Kangen water, by the way.
Yeah, and the fact that they just flip from one to the other.
In my video, at the end, we find someone, and I'm like, oh no, this person is in Kangen water. This scam follows me everywhere. I can't get away. I can't get away from the Canadian robots.
You'll love this one. He's reported me on WhatsApp now. So I'll be offline for another 6 hours.
Oh my God. Why? We don't report them on WhatsApp.
Oh, we do.
We like it when they yell at us.
What have we got? Yeah, so I've got account review. So that's quite funny. So that means, like I've had my Facebook shut down, my Instagram shut down, my Reddit shut down, my TikTok account shut down, all because I report scammers. And these companies prefer.
What about your Twitter? Is your Twitter still going?
No, Twitter, I pay for that. So if you pay for a service, no doubt you get it. But that's what he's done. He's reported everyone.
Okay.
So that's what literally is happening now. I know, but what I'm getting at is that's what they do. Is they go after you in your social media, because right now BG Wealth
they try to silence you.
Well, they do.
Right? The idea is that if they shut down all your social medias, then how are you going to speak out about it?
Yeah, and they have these people. These are human trafficking compounds running BG Wealth Centre. They would have told everyone to come after me and report my WhatsApp with mass bots. They've gone after me with denial server attacks, 75,000 requests a second on my website, and shut down my website in the past. So these organisations don't want people like me speaking up. even if we use their documents to prove that they're full of shit. And that's the honest truth of it, which is absolutely incredible.
Which is funny because we think it's great when they talk about us on their platform.
Yeah.
We laugh about it. We love it. We're like, yes, please talk about me more.
Yeah.
But then
It's
when
just
we do
amazing.
it to them, they're like, just go report them. Blah, blah, blah. I just report them to the agencies when they break the law. As you should do always when someone breaks the law.
And just for fun and shits and giggles. I mean, people go that we do this for YouTube clicks. Okay.
I don't even get $100 a month, Danny. I'm lucky if I get my $100 a month on here.
Yeah. Oops, where have I gone? Yeah. So where have I gone? It's gone. Something's broken. Oh, here we go. I've hit the wrong button. So this is my YouTube channel, which isn't showing at the moment. 1 minute, please, call up.
And you make more than me.
Yeah, well, I've got, I don't know, I'm better looking, perhaps, I don't know. This is my back end of my YouTube channel. Now, I think you're about the same as me. I mean, you do 70 to 80 hours a week on this shit?
I mean, I don't stream that, but yeah, I definitely spend that amount of time. And I get made fun of for that, by the way. I have people that are like, what does Queen say? She has to spend 40 to 80 hours on pyramid schemes. Everyone knows they're a scam. And I'm like, I don't think people understand that. People know that they're a scam because of us.
Well, so my reward, I have to pay tax on this, obviously, this is up $107 from the month previous, but normally I'm about $300. And lately,
you have to pay tax on it?
Oh, well, when it comes out, yeah. But
you mean it comes out? Yeah. Okay.
I had 6 lawsuits to defend myself with last year. I traveled to America, had a lot of expense there. And people, and I did a video yesterday telling people how I generate my income, and it had 35 people viewing it. I mean,
and it's funny because all of these scammers will be like, oh, well, how do you make money legitimately online? Why don't you show me? And it's like, he does show you. I mean, I don't make money legitimately. I'm telling you guys, I make not even $100 here. But there are people that do this content and then they'll show you how to make decent money online. My husband does the drop shipping stuff. I don't understand it, but he does it. And then I do this.
No, it's crazy. Hey, I'm going to actually call it quits now because I've got to go. I'm going to go for a run. I haven't had one for a while.
I got to go lay down. I'm having a week, Danny.
Thank you so much for being here. I really, really appreciate it. And it's nice to see you again. You're my hero. And I just, how do we help people? There's only so much we can do. But
we cannot help the people at the top that don't want to help themselves.
Well, I think what would be nice right now would be for this company to prove that Stephen Beard needs to ring me up and come on my YouTube Live.
He needs to do the 3-finger test. He needs to do what Jim Browning tells you to do. 3 fingers in front of your face, Stephen Beard, next time you're live.
Why 3 fingers?
If it's AI, then it will mess up. That's what it does.
Oh, that'd be quite cool. And people don't realize he's sitting in front of a camera. But even though we argue that he's not real, they say it doesn't matter. And you can't win. So it doesn't matter?
Understand.
Of course it matters if he's real. Because he's doing because he's
telling you about this.
Because if it doesn't matter whether he's real or not, then he's the one doing the trading. So if he's not real, who's doing the trading? Or is it just a Ponzi scheme?
AI, I guess.
Yeah. I enjoyed that. I quite like this. I love having you on the show, and you've done an amazing job of exposing this. And thank you to everyone in the chat room. We really have ignored those chats. I think we had some haters in there because we've got 2 down arrows. If you are watching right now, we would appreciate the thumbs up. And if you can share this on your social media, it does actually help the Google algorithm. And then maybe I might get more than $1 for the last 2 hours that I've spent doing these videos. Have a good
night, everyone.
Yeah. All right, I'm going out for a run. Love you, mean it. All right. See you, Queen of Karma. You're awesome. Wow, that was quite fun. So we started that video off going after Lee Meadows, a lady that we've now found out is running and promoting, and given up on Kangen water for a while and decided to direct her community onto a get-rich-quick opportunity where you just need to deposit money and cut and paste something 3 times a day, you're going to make money. But then we stumbled across somebody else that we were going after. And, like we have got a name and shame list. One thing I will do before I go, if the money is coming from trading, then why are they giving people massive backhanders as the money lands on the platform? So here's the bond chat screenshots where they're actually showing you that if somebody deposits $95,000, they're going to pay out $24,000. Somebody here deposited $14,000 into BG Wealth or the exchange. And over here, there's another one. Somebody got paid $3,500. You come down here, somebody got paid $32,000 they put into the platform, and somebody got paid around about $8,000. Over here, $23,000, and somebody got paid nearly $6,500, if I got the calculation right. But these are screenshots from the back end of BondChat, which is a Chinese app that they're using to promote BondChat. So here it is, 12% bonus, 16% $16,000 interest, $3,652 worth of benefits, 16 dynamic singles, which means you get these signals to keep you going, and 15% bonus, all in one message. These messages here don't prove trading. They prove that they're moving money about the platform. They're stealing money from Peter to pay Paul. Ponzi schemes rely on people using new investor money. Your money, if you're thinking about getting into BG Wealth, that money will be used to pay the old investors to keep the illusion along as long as possible. Now, I bet my reputation on this, and I've been Queen of Karma, myself, I'll put ourselves up there. We're the biggest YouTubers at exposing these scams. And we're not trying to be the biggest. We just are more proactive. We don't have the audience viewing our content as much as some big players are. We're not saying that. What I am saying, we spend all our energy. We risk a lot. I'm calling Stephen Beard a big scammer. He's committing fraud. I will stand up in the courtroom and defend that. First of all, somebody needs to prove to me that Stephen Beard is a real person and he's qualified to do these trades consistently, never to lose money. Now, if you can't prove that, then this goes down a level to a straight Ponzi scheme. And you can't prove that these company registrations or these fake SEC filing things that they have floating around trying to give them legitimacy are real, because you can't prove it. And that's why they go after the personal insults. So you guys can't prove it's a real company. You can't prove that Stephen Beard is a real person. You're told that to do trading, you need to cut and paste trading signals 3 times a day into a certain app. And you get given these trading signals from a bond chat. All the trading signals are the same, and you're just hamsters on a wheel. And you all of a sudden believe that this is a legitimate opportunity that no one else in the world has discovered. And I've shown you today that there was 2 companies that have already failed before BG Wealth Sharing, CR Group LLC, and also Signal Raiders to New Zealand. They did a test in New Zealand, exactly the same, and then BG Wealth started up. But would you believe there's now 2 other companies doing exactly the same thing? Now, why do they have 2 companies doing exactly the same thing? Is it new companies, new professors? I think we've got John Williams now and a Phillips guy, and they are the new traders. It's the same company. Human trafficking compounds are setting up these scams. And idiots like our Joseph guy here are promoting it, telling people it's true and genuine. They are claiming that they are not, he claimed he's not a regulated financial advisor. He's claiming that they are using the law under 506C. And if he was registered, then he has to actually verify people before they invest in companies like this. If we want to play that game, if you want to say that we are fully registered and you are a registered security and able to handle the money from 700,000 people, then you also need to fall into the guidelines of what the government says. And if you think I'm doing this for clickbait, then you really got to go along to your wee shrink and ask him why my why is. My why, I was brought up in a religious cult 2 people in my immediate family died by suicide. Couldn't live up to the expectations of the Jehovah's Witness religion. When I started investigating scams, an organisation rang me up and they told me that 11 people had died by suicide who were involved in the scam that they were researching. Now, I've been asked before how many people have died by suicide connected to the Jehovah's Witness religion. And I said, dead people don't speak. There's a lot of people out there who are taking their own lives because when these scams fall over, they got hooked. They put $500 and they put $5,000 and they put $50,000 and they mortgaged their house up to the hill because the bank doesn't pay the interest that these scams pay, but they protect your interest. They protect your mortgage. And then they lose the lot and they suddenly realize that they shouldn't have listened to these idiots. They should be held accountable. And if it was a scam, why don't they stop them? Well, they don't. The system is retarded. It doesn't work. We need to cause disruption and we need to create awareness. And that's the only way that we can stop these individuals. Hope you've enjoyed that broadcast. Sorry for yelling down the phone. I haven't done that for a wee while. Well, the microphone, but I'll do it again. I'll do what it takes to stop these animals, these bottom feeders, from promoting scams that they can't prove are real and genuine. See you in the next video, guys.